You're looking live at the virtual Martinsville Speedway, the paperclip, the side of championship night for the Ross Dalton Racing Driver Development Late Model E-Tour. It is the finale. It is the Commonwealth Championship 200. Coverage of iRacing on LSR TV, Leadfoot TV, and on the Community Radio Network. I am Wesley Outland. Joined alongside is Ryan Tomford. Tracy Brown will join color as well as on production. Ryan, this is the one we've all been waiting for, the prelude to the Big Valley Star 300 in real life. Next Saturday, we're late model racing tonight here at the paperclip with the Ross Dalton Late Model Tour, and a championship hangs in the balance as well.
Yeah, good evening. this championship night, this is one of my, most excited and favorite nights in any racing series. Championship night, anything can happen for any of these drivers, and a few of these drivers, I think will be at the Martinsville race. I believe on the 27th. So uh, while they're qualifying here, a few drivers put up times. They're getting a virtual version of what they'll see in a few days.
We are now live on the Community Radio Network as well. Welcome to our coverage from Martinsville Speedway, Leadfoot TV, LSR TV, and the finale right now for the drivers of the Ross Dalton Racing Late Model Tour. Robert Zane on the 70 car, obviously taking time. This is qualifying. Tonight, these guys are going to go 200 laps. There'll be a halfway break around or before lap 100. What I mean by a break means we will actually have about a 5 or 10 minute intermission is what I was told, guys, is what they said. They said they were literally going to take a rest and let these guys reset and come back and go back out there and go at it again. When the halfway break happens, the field will be frozen at the time of the caution. And there's the man that's trying to go for the championship, Ross Boo Boo Dalton, the boss of the RDR Late Model Racer Development E-Tour. And real quickly, before we go any further, there are some drivers that can battle for the championship. There's Bryson Brinkley, Caraway Speedway, Nat Pro Limited Late Model point leader. Had a clutch issue last night in Caraway. Had to pull out his brother's old number 11. Blaze Brinkley, the car 11, drove in race number 2, but Bryson Brinkley's iRacing car is working good tonight. Let's take a look at the point standings as we move into the final race. Watch your screen, everybody. And here is a look at who can race for the title. Obviously, it is Ross Boo Boo Dalton. He is the man that is up in front right now as we currently are watching this whole battle ensue for the championship. You're looking on your broadcast, you see it. There it is. Ross Dalton has a not much, what is it, like a 16-point lead, I guess, something of that caliber over Adam Baker. Aaron Stoltz could mathematically possibly find a chance to win the championship. Jordan Blair as well, but it's going to have to take Ryan Tomford, Ross Dalton, and Adam Baker having some bad luck tonight for that to happen.
Yeah, Adam Baker and all these drivers that are eligible are hoping Ross Dalton has a bad qualifying, but as the qualifying wraps up, it seems that Ross Dalton finds himself top of the time. So they're gonna have to find other ways to hopefully win the championship and find their way out in the front of the field.
For the driver of the number, obviously 50 Star Machine, Ross Boo Boo Dalton, ready to try to get this thing started, ready to bring the field to the green. A championship hangs in the balance. And hey, Tracy, I'll bring you in, boss man. Punching the buttons, handling the production from one race to the other, my friend. We're ready for this one tonight here at the Paperclip in Martinsville.
The championship at the Paperclip. It doesn't get much better than that. I was actually down here a couple of years ago. I think it was maybe a cutoff race for the Xfinity Series, sitting right at the end of turn 1. And my goodness, what a battle that was, man. And, that was the one where there was a whole big mix-up between, Shelton Creed and, what's his name? Austin.
Talking about the truck series. Yeah, the truck series.
No, actually, it was the Xfinity Series there.
Okay.
But anyway, I had me a handful of hot dogs, got heartburn like you wouldn't believe. And an unbelievable show that this track right here puts on, especially when the pressure is on, man. So, and the pressure cannot get any higher than what it's going to be tonight, especially for those guys looking to kind of, take the lead from Boo Boo and get this championship at the end of the night.
And let's be honest here. They can possibly win the championship. There is a possibility that that can happen. But to do that, they're going to have to try to find a way to get around Ross Boo Boo Dalton. And I don't think, Ryan, he's just going to roll over and give it up. I just don't see that happening, buddy. I don't.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to give up. This first position, he finds himself that easily. He's got 2 wins already on the season, and he's average start is 4th, so he's been very, very dominant all season long. So, I expect him to be up front all night long.
Well, the points have been updated. Obviously, Ross Dalton, as we said, has 411. Adam Baker, 394. Aaron Stoltz, 328. Jordan Blair, 322. So let's just be honest. Top 4 mathematically have a chance to try to go for the title. And here's the important thing. Remember, if you finish in the top 10 of the point standings here tonight, I know it's a long way till December, and I know Ross Dalton's got some plans. We're going to talk to him about that when we go off the air when the race is over tonight, when we crown the champion and the winner of the race. But you get yourself locked in to Sunday, December 14th for 9 p.m. Eastern and Southern National for round number 1 of the RDR LFRL Pro 5 Late Model Challenge Invitational. That's going to be really cool. We're excited for it. The top 10 in the points will be the guys that go to it when it's said and done. With that said and done, ladies and gentlemen, it is go time. It is time to introduce the starting lineup for the Commonwealth Championship 200 here at the Paperclip. That is the Martinsville Speedway. Ross Boo Boo Dalton, the man trying to win the title. He's on the pole in the 50 star from Liberty. Robert Zane, where did this guy come from the last 3 weeks? He's been competitive. He's ready to go in the 70. Row number 2 will find Mason Walters in the 500, and that's normally the PPG car. That's Jordan Blair in car number 6. Row number 3 will find Caraway Speedway Nat Pro Limited Late Model Real Points leader Bryson Brinkley from Sanford, and Austin B. Taylor in car number 51. Your first 3 rows here at Martinsville, Ryan.
Yeah, in row 4, Aaron Stoltz, he's one of those drivers that are going for the championship. He's 87 points back, I believe, from Ross Dalton, but he'll have to work his way up from 7th. And Peanut Baker right next door to him in row 4. Cliff Mullins and Speedy Bird are occupying that row number 5 in the 37 car and 16 car. On row number 6 is Ethan Johnson in the 27 car, and Michael Steele, who's had a few successes this year, finds himself in row number 6 in 12th position.
And that's the lineup, as RC Slick is the race director. So 12 drivers ready to battle here. Remember, as I mentioned, halfway break lap 100, competition caution lap 100. They will have about a 10-minute break to reset, just like the real Martinsville race is. 2 fast repairs for tonight's race. 2 sets of tires in the pits. 200 laps is the equivalent of close to 98 miles around Martinsville. Martinsville is a paper clip, concrete pavement racetrack. You see the pavement they're racing on now, and then in the corners, the tight corners, it is concrete right there. And that is something we'll have to keep an eye on. Weather conditions, let's take a look at that before green. Track temp and air temp exactly the same at 65 degrees. Humidity, 77%. Winds to the north at 6 miles an hour. That's going to be fighting a tailwind down the back straightaway, but the grandstands might help them here at the Paperclip. The preliminary laps are ongoing. You will see the pace car, Ryan, dart into the pits in turn number 3 when we get the official sign that we are coming to green. By the way, there is a 3.5 hour time limit. God, I hope we don't race for 3.5 hours.
I hope we don't. If it gets close to anywhere close to that amount of time, I'm not going to be a happy commentator.
No, I'm going to say you get out of here and go to bed, you schoolboy. And it's go time. Tracy, you ready? Ryan, you ready? Here we go. The first 10 decided for the Pro 5 Invitational happens tonight. To the restart box. Green flag presented by Lucky Duck Motorsports. The Commonwealth Championship 200 is on at Martinsville. It'll be Ross Dalton. He will come to the line. He will lead the opening laps. And look at, oh boy, Zane way up high. There's a problem on the 70 car. Robert Zane, now he's back in the gas, and he's going to battle along with Taylor for the top 5 as they thunder into turn number 3 here, Ryan.
Yeah, it seemed like he almost just missed turn 1's breaking point completely. And Robert Zane seems to have even more problems. And he's really struggling as he's lost 5 positions in this opening phase of the race.
It's on the line. Here comes Jordan Blair up on the high side, the Chevrolet Performance entry. And there goes Bryson Brinkley down on the inside. He'll make a move, and Aaron Stoltz is right there with him on the bottom. Some of these guys, Ryan, can fight for the title with going into 5 laps into this thing here at Martinsville.
Yeah, some of these drivers are side by side, and, you know, they're championship contenders, so they got to, you know, work their way up to the front of the field, but be smart so that, you know, when we get to lap 200, they have their car all in one piece.
Hey, Tracy, you know I'm going to bring you in. We got a long race here, buddy, but, you know, the right mindset, right, is not be aggressive. Don't rough anybody up. Get to halfway, I would say. Fill your car out right now. This is the smart thing they're doing.
That's what they're doing. That's a smart thing to do. Unfortunately, most of these league races, you have someone who's overly aggressive, doesn't realize that, and is trying to win the race on the first lap. But these guys right here, man, you could tell they have, you know, skills to spare. I mean, they are very good racing door to door, especially on the initial laps. I mean, it's impressive as all get out. I've got to quit watching the race and start getting back to the buttons here, but I'm here to tell you, man, it's impressive what these guys are doing, how close they're able to run. But yeah,
nice way, Tracy saying, Wesley, don't bug me anymore.
Oh no. I have to be careful not to get too caught up in the race because I'll miss something producing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the smart thing to do, what I would do, would be just to find a good rhythm. Don't get, you know, smoked by the leader, and don't let you know, any slower guys behind you, you know, leave you in the dust. But just find a good rhythm. Just put down some laps, you know, battle it out. And in order to win, or in order to finish first, you must first finish. That's my philosophy.
And you're exactly right. That's exactly what they got to do. All this going on now is we're already about 10 laps into this thing here, and it is a conga line from the front to the back, Ryan, and this is exactly what you need to do, single file.
Yeah, single file. Save your tires and your car, and, you know, it's a very, very long race, so they're going to be here for a while, so just be smart as we saw Walters there just tap the wall on the back straightaway.
They are at the paperclip. That is the Martinsville Speedway. We mentioned this racetrack is just always fun and exciting. Don't forget next week they are running the Valley Star Credit Union 300, the real late model race at the paperclip. And man, if you ain't never gone before, put it in your itinerary to check it out. It is an experience, I promise you. By the way, as I mentioned, at the end of tonight, 10 drivers will be putting themselves in to the December running of the biggest invitational of iRacing I think ever created. I don't think anybody's ever done it. If they have, it wasn't advertised like we are. the LFRL RDR Late Model Pro 5 Challenge Invitational. It will mimic the 5-race series that the USAR Hooters Pro Cup Series used to do back in the early 2000s. Tracy's excited about it. Ryan, we're looking forward to it, man. It's going to be fun. And by the way, to try to help Ryan with his school schedule, we have moved it to now 9 p.m. start time, 9 p.m. Eastern start time for all the races. We want Ryan to be a part of it.
Yeah, I'm going to be excited to join all those races. You know, I'll be broadcasting from multiple states, doing it over the entire period. So I'm just excited to be a part and be able to, you know, fit my schedule in to call those races. As we were watching here, Ross Dalton has lost 2 positions, and, you know, he's starting to fall back and just saving his tires. And Walters and Jordan Blair were able to get it by him pretty easily.
Ross Boo Boo Dalton right now just got passed by Walters and Blair. There goes the PPG number 12. Timing and scoring has him as a 500. Tracy, I'm going to get on him during the offseason. I'm going to get on him and Ross and say, y'all need to make your numbers match your cars on timing and scoring now. I don't like this. But,
yeah.
You know, we let it slide this year. We let it slide this time.
It makes it a little difficult on the broadcasters, I'm just saying. But back to the Super 5 series, man.
Yes, sir.
I'm not a very emotional person, so it's hard for me to convey exactly my emotions when it comes to that. But I'm here to tell you, even when we started Leadfoot Racing League and we started this TV channel, that has always been my ultimate goal. So to be able to have 2 separate divisions, to be able to compete, guys who haven't run against one another but obviously have the skills to go head to head, it's just the anticipation. I don't know, man. I just can't wait. I've been giddy now for a month ever since we have talked about doing this, and I just can't wait for December the 14th to roll around. It's just going to be so interesting, man. Everybody is just so good. I swear, it's just, to me, it's just going to be like what we used to see in the Hooters Pro Cup. Anyway,
this is going to be like your Christmas, Tracy.
It will be my Christmas for sure. I don't need anything from Santa. This is all I need right here. Absolutely.
Yes, sir. Bah humbug. By the way, some of the dates and the dates are a little bit mixed up on the flyer. They're still working on fixing that. We have a lot going on in our life, right? I'm busy.
Yeah. That was my fault. I come clean. Yeah. It's been kind of hard to follow, especially with my work schedule and all the broadcasts and everything that I do. You know, I take notes as good as I can, but I have, let's just be honest here. I don't even have a memory. So I was fixing to try to use some sort of analogy as how bad my memory is, but it is so bad that you can't compare it to anything. So anyway.
Well, it starts on December 14th at Southern National, 250 laps. Indianapolis, Lucas Oil IRP on December 21st. We wanted to do a couple of races before the Christmas break because we wanted Tracy to have his presence. And then we're going to take off for the real Christmas and New Year's. And then we come back on January 11th, 18th, and 25th. All races will be 250 laps. The first 4 races will. The finale will be 300. And again, it mimics what the Pro Cup Series used to do. It'll be simulcast on all of our platforms, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 Central. And you want to put yourself, Ryan, in the top 10 of the point standings. Yes, if you can win this race tonight, that's great. But at the end of the day, the overall idea is to put yourself in the top 10 in points to say, hey, I'm going after this driver invitational here. And like we said, right now, Mason Walters has got a really big lead over this thing. I don't want to say like we're sounded winded and got off subject, but right now, Ryan, it's a stalemate. Everybody is single file around the racetrack. You're seeing the interval now. Mason Walters is leading and running away with this thing. The last place car is almost 9 seconds behind the leaders.
Yeah, it's sort of spread it out. But, you know, over the past few laps, Aaron Stoltz there in 4th place has really caught Ross Dalton there. And, you know, he is battling there for a 3rd position. So that's probably the closest and most entertaining battle that we've got on track. But everyone's just sort of spread out over this paperclip racetrack.
They really are. They are working their way again around the racetrack. Another solid lap. By the way, remember we were talking about Mason Walters and Blair, Dalton. They're real Brinkley. They're real racers. They're real competitors. They actually race in real life. I just mentioned earlier that Bryson Brinkley, there he is coming off turn 4 in front of Mullins. He's going for a championship at Caraway on the road to the 10,000 to win October 18th Caraway Crown. He's trying to win the Nat Pro Limited Late Model Championship at Caraway. Look at this now. Ross Dalton under attack. Aaron Stoltz. And why are we watching this? This is the battle. 1 and 2 for the championship. 1, 2, and 3 going at it.
Yeah, championship contenders all line of third here. But Aaron Stoltz is trying to make his way around Ross Dalton. He's trying high and low. He's trying all different moves to try to get past him.
You remember, I want to say Aaron Stoltz, Tracy won 3 wins in a row. He won the second race at Southern National in the Twin 75s a few weeks ago to start September. Last week he won and swept both races at North Wilkesboro. We got a caution. The 5 is still around. Yellow is out. So our first caution will come out. That is the driver of the number 5, the man of steel, Michael Steele. And just lost it. And you know what, Ryan? That'll happen here at Martinsville. Just you exit too hard out of the corner to the center, the car will shoot out. And that's exactly what happened to the 5 car, Michael Steele.
Yeah, I think he also did get on that yellow painted curb, and the height difference there can very easily spin you around, and that's what exactly happened there.
Yeah, and I tell you, Wesley and Ryan, these guys right here, they're pretty doggone sneaky, man. Honestly, it's kind of hard to say exactly who's got what here at this track, because you have not seen the last of Boo Boo Dalton. Trust me on that. And I just think he's kind of got the same mindset that I would have if I were racing this race. No sense in abusing your equipment, wearing out your tires. Make it a lap 100, But it's still a race of attrition here, so you don't want to get caught up, just like what Mr. Steele just did. You don't want to clip the curb, go sideways, and have someone T-bone you, in other words, and then you have to burn a fast repair. So, anyway, I don't know. I'm just kind of carried away with how good these guys are, how close they're able to race side by side. I mean, it really does remind me of, I know this is a late model series, but it reminds me of the drivers in NASCAR, Xfinity and the Cup series, how close they're able to run and the respect they have for one another.
Well, we're not done yet. As drivers will now choose the choose rule. By the way, the yellow flag presented by Blue Lined Soft Wash. Thanks again to them. iRacing pace car lights are off, and they'll be ready to come back to green. We have 36 of 200 laps completed. So if you're doing the math, there is 163 laps to go when they come back to green. And are they going to be able to get there in time? Pace cars pulling off. They're 3 wide like they're at Indy, Ryan, but I think they're finally got their T's crossed and the I's dotted. I think I got this shit backwards. I's dotted, T's crossed. We're coming back to green. Let's do it again. Apologize for saying the S word there if it made anybody mad. I was even kicking my own self. It's supposed to be the I's dotted and the T's crossed, right? Because the I comes before T.
Yep, and we're watching here as Ross Dalton on the outside of Mason Walters. He's rocketed himself up to second, and he's battling for the lead with Jordan Blair there. Now side by side with him, battling for second.
Oh, Taylor bounces off the wall. He's got thing behind him, Baker, all that going on at the All of the top 5 outside all 4. Here they come. And look at this battle for the lead. Walters, here comes Dalton. You heard what our producer Tracy said. Hey, boo-boo. He's there. And Jordan Blair's there. And we're racing on with Stokes watching in the 3. And they're all right there. Watch this. That great action going on. Look at the battle here between the 6. That's Jordan Blair on the inside. Boo-Boo Dalton. They are not backing off an inch. They are side by side. Look at them rubbing into one another as they work off turn 4 line. What a battle for second spot.
Yeah, they're really battling here. They've touched doors a few times in the corner, so they are going and leaving no room for each other, but it's very clean. And Stoltz there in the background, he's ready to pounce if any of these drivers make a mistake.
Wesley and Ryan, you see how close those guys drove right there?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, so close. I mean, oh my God. Boo Boo was like, well, how much room do you need? You know what I mean? I mean, he gave him a car width, and that was it. And these guys, they came around there door to door, literally leaning on one another. And, you know, that just lap after lap. That's very rare in iRacing. You see it a lot more in real racing, but in iRacing, that sort of close competition is just not something you see all the time. It's just something I thought was pretty remarkable, and just want to make a comment about it.
Fantastic show we're watching right now as we are closing in on 1/4 of the way through. That'll be 50 laps. Remember, they got to get to lap 100. If they're now they are going to throw a caution at lap 100, Ryan and Tracy. But if there is an organic caution on its own, 10 laps before lap 100, they have said in the drivers' meeting that would be the official caution for the halftime. As Wall Taylor slams off the wall. No, my apologies. Who is that? Him right there, the other car. Yeah, the orange behind Mullins. That's Bird. Speedy Bird hard into the wall. Watch the replay. Man, he changed his colors this week. That's why I thought it was Taylor. That's Speedy Bird. He hit the wall hard out of turn number 4, Ryan.
Yeah, he definitely whacked the wall pretty hard. It seems like he's got a little bit of damage on that right side of his car.
I think we're going to try to look at the replay of it now. Here it comes as you watch him down the back straightaway. Right about here. Look at this. No, that's not it. I think you're a lap behind. Or maybe you're ahead. Oh well, we saw him hit the wall. It was a very far camera angle where it showed it. So here he is up under Brinkley. Nonetheless, let's go back live. We're back racing with Walters in the lead. As Mason Walters, there he is, out in front. And you see he's in a 16 car, but timing and scoring has him as 500. I don't like that, okay? You want to know one of my biggest pet peeves that gives me beef in a broadcast in iRacing is when the numbers don't match the scoring ticker. But we said we'll give you a mulligan this time. But I can promise you, when they run the RDR LFRL series, they're going to have their numbers matching the scoring ticker. We're going to make sure all that stuff is right. As Mason Walters right now is running away with this thing as we're 1/4 of the way through, Ryan, at Martinsville.
Yeah, we're 1/4 of the way through the race, and, you know, in the background we see in that 3rd position, Robert Zane. He's worked his way back up through the field, and he's chasing down these leaders as he slides up the track. He was pushed a little bit there by Jordan Blair.
It is Walters, Stoltz, Blair, Taylor, Baker. For the championship, there is the battle between Ross Dalton, Adam Baker, Aaron Stoltz, and Jordan Blair. Mathematically, the top four are close in contention to race for the championship. Jeffrey Johnson is back in 5th. Right now, he's back in the 11th position, but I just don't see him being 5th in the points to climb and make a run for the title. I don't see it happening. But 4 drivers have a chance to pressure Dalton for the title when it's said and done here. And as we mentioned, all the while, it is Walters over Stoltz. Blair, 1, 2, and 3. So go back to 1, Ryan.
Yeah, as they go ahead back into 1 out of 2 there, working their back straightaway. It's, the top 5 has become strung out and, very single file. So, it seems like we're in a car-saving, tire-saving mode again and, trying to work your way to that lap 100 stage break. So it seems like it's quite chill out front.
Stoltz just right now lurking. Everybody else just kind of riding right now, single file. I know that this is the first part of the race. There's Peanut Baker, by the way. He is out there on the racetrack. Good solid run for him. And I want to say Peanut Baker is Adam Baker, who actually is in 2nd in the point standings. So if there's anybody that you better keep an eye on that could try to come and spoil the party, it is the man in the number 6 position right now. At least he has the less amount of points to run down Ross Boo Boo Dalton. And he is right there on the back door of the man for the championship, Adam Peanut Baker. We all know him as Peanut. He is right now right there with Ross Dalton. 1 and 2 for the title. 5th and 6th for the racetrack off 4 at lap 60, Ryan.
Yeah, the top 2 are battling out here. This will be very interesting to watch. How aggressive does Peanut Baker get here to racing Ross Dalton? Does he send the dive bomb in or, race him very cleanly knowing that, he has to go the rest of the race?
A very solid run there. You said, whoa, somebody's blinking. A little blinking nod. Peanut Baker, we got to keep an eye on that, buddy.
That's right.
51, get out of the way, boy. He says, tab at it, guys. That's the 51 of Taylor.
Well, I was just going to chime in here, Wesley, and, just to let you know, a couple of updates ago, iRacing changed this thing so that if you start blinking, with your internet connection too much, and you start losing too many packets, it will kick you out of the race. So that would be a terrible way to lose the championship there. But, as I've been following Peanut here, I see him blinking on and off, and just want to give him a couple of pointers. Number 1, don't go off a wireless connection. Run a Cat 5, well, actually a Cat 6 cable to your router. And the other thing is, make sure your router and your modem are up to date. Makes a big difference. I know that personally.
Bottom line, make sure you pay your internet bill.
Well, that too. Yeah. That's number 1. Yeah, you got to pay your internet bill. Number 1. All right. So make sure you pay your bill, Peanut.
And a lot of people don't realize, but it takes a lot to put together even a virtual production, just like we do a real production. I mean, Ryan, you know that. You do real racing. You do, iRacing broadcasting, but, you do real broadcast TV streaming production with me at Wake County. And then, of course, you see what Tracy does. And, I mean, it kind of goes hand in hand, except he's not at a sporting event doing it.
Yeah, I mean, whether you're doing it virtually or, in person, it takes a crew to make everything work. And, it's so hard to produce, I feel like it's even tougher to do iRacing. You're not there at the race. You don't know what the vibe is like. You don't know, you're not getting information from the drivers. So, Tracy's definitely got a very hard job producing it, and he makes it look good every race.
Well, I do my best, Ryan, first of all. But the analogy that Wesley makes is very intriguing to me because, in real life, you got to make sure every bolt is tightened. You got to make sure that every hose isn't leaking, whether it's brake lines or fuel lines or coolant lines, that sort of thing. Well, the same thing goes, I don't know, maybe I'm stretching it here, but you got to make sure you got good internet. You got to make, sure your computer's up to date. You know what I mean? As far as nothing's running in the background, you're not doing any kind of graphics updates, or if you are having problems, then that's when you dive into the graphics updates, those sort of things. So,
Tracy, you're right. I mean, there's people that literally think, oh, well, I got an internet signal, I'm good to go. No, you're not good to go. I mean, you got to have a certain amount of bandwidth. You got to have a certain amount of upload speed. I mean, you just can't hook up your, redneck grandma's old computer, Apple back in the day, plug it to a cable. Hello. Think you might have internet and it'd be slow as molasses. I mean, but some people think that, though.
I mean, it's just like in real racing. You don't have to, make sure all the hoses are tightened up, no leaks, no bolt. Don't have to check every single bolt. But when you show up to a racetrack, that's when it's going to show. And if you want to win, if you want to be a champion, if you want to win one of these league races, you have to make sure that everything is working. And it has to be working right. Just like in the real life. Totally different things, if you will. Everything you got going on here is with your computer and virtual, but it's still, one of those things, man. You have to have a checklist you have to go through, just like with me producing, and that's the reason why I would finish, somewhere from the middle of the pack to the back. But honestly, I got a lot of work been going on, so I'll get better. Trust me, Wesley. I appreciate y'all pulling me along as we go here, man. You and Ryan make me better, but I'm definitely the one dragging right now. So I'll pick it up.
It's
I
all
promise.
good. Hey, look, we're on lap 77 of 200, and you better shut up saying those comments because we got a car in the wall. Oh boy, another car into the wall there, way off the pace. I want to say that's the 16 of Bird. He has spun. Now, they said in the driver's meeting, we're not going to throw a caution just because of a one-car spin unless it's hazardous, and it is hazardous to your virtual health. Hold on there. They had to throw a caution because Zane about got hit by Speedy Bird. Caution will fly. All right, Ryan, here's your replay. This, by the way, is the second blue line soft wash caution of the Commonwealth 200. Take a look.
Yeah, I think, Speedy Bird, once again, just getting on that, yellow high curb, in the corners. And, it's very easy, once again, as you see, to spin your car there, all the marbles build up on those curves. So, you touch it with any bit of your wheel, you're going around. And, the field was so strung out that, there wasn't really a good place for him to loop it around and get spun around to get rolling again. So race control had to throw a yellow there, and we see the 51 of Austin Taylor on pit road.
We need to take a break because we haven't took one in a while. We'll go side by side. Stay with us. More from Martinsville. Coming back, the championship for the Ross Dalton Racing Driver Development Late Model E-Tour from Martinsville, LSR TV, Leadfoot TV, and CRN. Tar River. Eastern Technical Design Incorporated provides design and drafting services for commercial, industrial, and residential construction. Services include architectural renderings, preliminary plan design, as well as final construction drawings. These drawings include all the necessary structural, building, plumbing, and mechanical electrical plans as required to produce and deliver a finished building and/or structure. This company is proudly owned by LFRL's Tracy Brown. Eastern Technical Design. Contact them today at 252-245-1599 or email them at easterntechnicaldesign@gmail.com. Commercial, industrial, and residential construction. Eastern Technical Design is the perfect plan for your building needs. Welcome back to Martinsville.
Oh.
Blair and Walters bring us back to the CRN restart zone and the Lucky Ducks Motorsports green flag waves here in Martinsville. Coming up, the Tracy Brown P break at the half.
It is absolutely going to be perfectly timed, I'm here to tell you. Yes, absolutely. We got to regroup and get ready for the second half of this race. They go 3 wide, man. Oh, my God. The intensity's ratcheting up here even before they make this stage break or mid-race break.
Listen to Tracy in the 2020 era. Ratchet it. It's a ratchet. Now look at Zane getting pushed out of line. And look at Stoltz. Power alongside Walters. And here comes Dalton on the bottom. He's there. Excuse me, coming through on the inside. Pushes Walters out of the way. By the way, those drivers were fighting for the championship. Adam Baker is all the way back in 5th. How about that?
Yeah, now he's worked his way up to 4th as he moved Walters up the track. And, you know, as Walters hit the wall very hard there out of 2, it damaged his car really, really badly there.
Inside safer barrier or the outside safer barrier, and look at the toe end as the right front tire is bowed out, and it is shifted in a way that's going to really hurt the handling on his car. He's going to hope, if you will, that he can get to lap 100 and halfway.
Yeah, he's just going to take off these laps, you know, the 11 laps, I believe, to that stage break. So he's hoping nothing chaotic happens to his car in these next 11 laps.
Talk about being bowed in, it's bowed out. And it is. Look at how it's made the car look sideways more than what it already was going in the corner. See how he's fighting the car out of the corner like that? It looks like he's dirt tracking it. And then its car is literally sideways. He's got a fast repair. Remember, they're going to be given 2 fast repairs, but make no mistake about it. He's trying to survive as Mullins hits the wall in the 37 behind him, coming into 3 and 4.
Yeah, on that last restart, it seemed like, you know, Walters just lost the handling of his car very easily. It allowed Blair and Stoltz and Dalton to, you know, power up to the front end. You know, he was struggling even before the damage, so it must be a handful for Walters there in 8th place. But he's doing a pretty good job defending Mullins here.
Well, you see Mullins, I think, is that a Toyota or a Pontiac? I'm not sure about the grill, but anyway, you'll notice how he's entering a little bit higher than what the 16 is there. I think he was trying to get a run coming off the corner to be able to pass him, but he's got to get near him first, and then he'll probably swing out, enter in a little bit higher, and see if he can't get a run coming off to be able to pass 16 of Waters.
One thing to pass, another thing to... It's one thing to run somebody down. It's another thing to try to pass them, is what I was trying to say.
That's for sure. Is that a Pontiac grill, Wesley?
What Pontiac Grill? Which amount?
On Cliff Mullins, the
Yeah,
37.
That's Pontiac Grand Prix. Yeah, Pontiac GTO right there. Yeah.
How about it?
Yes, sir.
Haven't seen Pontiac in the series in a while.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. That's the body of the car right there. That's pretty cool. There you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are coming up on the halfway mark of this race. Remember, lap 100, there will be a competition caution. Now, if there's a caution around 10 laps before lap 100, that would be the official halfway break. But guys, I got to give them props. What, a couple of caution flags, a couple of stingers, nothing serious. And we are literally coming up on halfway, and we've done it in 35 minutes. Props to these guys.
Yeah, massive props to these guys. 2 cautions through 100 laps is, phenomenal racing. And, with 2 to go here, it seems like it's going to be clean and green to the end.
And at Martinsville, guys, at Martinsville.
Don't jinx it. It's Martinsville.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm muting my mic. Sorry about that,
guys. Now we're gonna have 11 cautions.
Blame it on Tracy. Screwed it up for everybody. Coming up is the TVP break. No, listen, in all seriousness, Tracy Brown, it seems like this guy's going to go to the bathroom every hour on the hour.
I do.
Like station identification, okay? Because it's time for station ID. Part of the bus.
Yeah. I swear I'm going to create a graphic here.
Radio Network, WCRN, 87.9 FM, Clayton, Carter, Smithfield, North Carolina. Proud to be in the USA. We are CRN.
See, I got to cut this thing off because it's in manual autopilot, and I totally friggin' forgot about it. It did it to us at 10 o'clock and scared the crap out of me, and I told you it did it at 11 o'clock. Look at what time it is.
Perfect.
And it right at the top of that, I mean, you damn robots, man. And the caution is out. Caution is out because we have reached the halfway mark of the race. All right, Tracy, go pee. Hey, so listen, funny story. I said this before the caution come out. Blue line soft watch caution. Only third one of the race because we've completed the first 100 laps of the race. They're going to wait for everybody to slow down, make sure timing and scoring is correct, and then the field will be coming down onto pit road, and they will be taking a 5 to 10 minute break. A 5 to 10 minute break. So you could be able to go grab you a snack, go try to cook some rotten hot dogs like I tried to do. You could just.
But what they're really saying is, I'm not the only one with an inflamed prostate, right?
I mean, I'm not.
Yeah, but I mean, now what they're, setting up this race here, they're looking after the drivers, man. Go 200 laps. I mean, we can't. Well, I don't know. Real drivers wear Depends or something like that, or do it on themselves. But I mean, in the virtual world, you don't want to do that. So
one time I was at the races and Tony Stewart had Dookie on his driver's seat. You're driving down, running back. I mean, he really did, and I was like, I understand it, I get it, right? I mean, you got to go, right? I mean. You gotta have some Mexican food, maybe some Chinese, bad Chinese. You never know, right?
Exactly. Yes, my man.
The elephant in the room always gets asked a lot of people. They say, "Well, man, what if you got to go in your suit?" Well, you could get the pins and be like an old man and use one, or you just go in your suit.
That's right.
Had people tell me. I mean, my dad used to race cars, and he used to say. On the radio one night, he said, "Man, I got a bed." And told my grandpa. My grandpa said, "Just let it go, brother. Let it go. Let it dangle to the floorboard."
That's right. You gotta let it. Yeah, that's exactly right. Do a little rough riding there, right? I'm sure. I don't know what the drivers call it.
Race, by the way. Halfway. I'm trying to this damn thing's going off the rails. I'm trying to pick us back up again.
Oh, sorry.
You got to go to the bathroom. Ryan, we're halfway.
Y'all keep us on air. I'll be right back.
What you there? I told you. He's gone. Ryan, what's your take on what we had in the race so far, man? We're halfway in this race here tonight at Martinsville.
Yeah, I mean, we're halfway through the race, and, championship leaders have, found themselves at the front of the field, and, they were battling hard there at those last few laps. It feels like the last 15 laps before the caution came out. They were racing hard, but cleanly against each other. And, I want to see, with the championship on the line, do any of these drivers, I know they're all part of Ross Dalton's racing league and, driver development, and, they're all friends, but, that might go out the window if a championship is on the line, and we could see a few aggressive moves and excitement in the second half of the race.
All right. So we are going to obviously let these guys take a break. When Tracy comes back, we'll take a break. Stage break presented by Tracy's Bladder. Oh, my goodness. That was from Triple B Racing. I think that's Landon Brown, I believe it is. So, nonetheless, we will we'll get ready to take a break as you just see the pace car driving by his lonesome around the racetrack. And I'll be honest with you, Ryan, I think we're now at this point of the race where it's go time. Okay. I mean, I know there's 100 laps or so to go, but this is when it's time to rock and roll. This is when it's time to race for the finish of the race right here. You got to put yourself in contention, put yourself in a good spot to try to win this race here.
You got to put it all on the line, and you got to race hard, but cleanly, because you never know, a late race caution may come out, and you might find yourself door to door with someone you not made friends with earlier in the race. So make it clean but aggressive.
The field is back rolling. So much for a 10-minute pee break. Tracy, come back. Tracy. Cars are on the racetrack again. Tracy. Ryan, what are we going to do if the producer ain't here? It's off the rails, right? I mean, what are we going to do?
Yeah, I mean, it seems like they're just rolling here, and a few cars are still working their way on pit road. So
Eastern Technical Design Incorporated provides design and drafting services for commercial, industrial, and residential construction. Services include architectural renderings, preliminary plan design, as well as final construction drawings. These drawings include all the necessary structural, building, plumbing, and mechanical electrical plans as required to produce and deliver a finished building and/or structure. This company is proudly owned by LFRL's Tracy Brown. Eastern Technical Design. Contact them today at 252-245-1599 or email them at easterntechnicaldesign@gmail.com. Commercial, industrial, and residential construction. Eastern Technical Design is the perfect plan for your building needs. Tar River Environmental, located in Rocky Mount, North Carolina, is a premier provider of professional logging and land clearing services, proudly serving communities across the Tar Heel state of North Carolina. Their services are vital for large-scale land development and forestry operations. By prioritizing responsible land management, Tar River Environmental helps clients achieve their land use goals while maintaining ecological integrity. Find more details on Tar River Environmental, located in Rocky Mount, on Google today. I don't know. What the hell? No, he's back. That's him. That's all him. That's all him. Welcome back to Martinsville. As we're getting ready to go back to the green flag here. Lap 107 of 200. Here they come, ready for the second half of this race. It's go time. The Lucky Ducks Motorsports green flag flies, and we are ready to settle it here at the Big M. And wow, Taylor already hitting the wall again on a restart in the 51.
Yeah, it seems like Taylor's hit the wall multiple times tonight, and you know, he's becoming friends with that outside wall.
According to Triple B Racing, Tracy, stage break presented by Tracy's Bladder. There you go. And right now, the 6 is in the lead. Look at Stokes. Look at Dalton. 1, 2, and 3. Baker right there. Brinkley bounces off the wall. Taylor has the bonsai to the bottom to miss him. I just got a feeling that the amp of energy has picked up here in this race, Ryan, when the green flag fell with 90 to go.
Yeah, it feels like all these drivers had time to think about it in the pit stops, and you know they've turned up the energy and they are going hard and charging hard, and they're so far pretty clean as we see Austin Taylor get bumped there by the 24 car.
This is the race to the obviously finish of it. That's 113 of 200. Remember, this is a 200-lap race. As look at Brinkley now. He's going to get a new renewed vigor down on the inside of the 5. That's Michael Steele. Remember, he had a caution earlier in the race in the first 100 laps. Now he's Brinkley on the inside. There's Mullins behind him in 37. All this going on now as they work off a 2 to the back stretch. Keep an eye on it. Ethan Johnson, by the way, on the lead lap in 12th. Just kind of hanging back. I wonder if the 27 star is saving something for the finish of the race here, Ryan.
Yeah, it seems like he's been at the back of the field, sort of battling Speedy Bird there all race long in that first 100 laps. So, you know, maybe he's saving a little bit of his tires and hopefully gonna rocket his way up the field a little bit. As we got trouble.
Uh-oh. Wow. A couple of cars scraping, and looks like Zane's one of them up in the fence. Maybe another car or so, I think. Was that?
It was Mason Walters there with the 70 car. They were bumping him down the front straightaway, and, you know, it seemed like Mason Walters squeezed the 70 car on that front straightaway. They bounced off of each other, and it seemed like a little bit of a retaliation back into turn 1.
Look at that 4-wide Motorsports instant replay. This is, by the way, the 4th caution of the race. 2 for on-track accidents, 1 caution at the end of the stage at the halfway mark.
Hey, Wes.
And now,
Ryan.
Yeah, Tracy, welcome back.
Oh,
Tracy!
sorry about it. Yeah. I've been here, man. I've been talking away. Unfortunately, I hit the power button when I thought I hit the mute button on my mic. Yeah, you know, yeah. That's right. You know, those are those are the things that cost you a race, man. So you know, you got to be perfect. You've got to be perfect. But I noticed
Maybe you
that.
just went back to the toilet.
Yeah. Well, I noticed my nephew there typed in stage break presented by Tracy's Bladder. So I was wondering if we couldn't get Landon up in here. This is going to be his future competition there.
Skeet, nigga.
What are we going to do now? What is it?
Oh, I was just wondering if I couldn't get Landon to jump in here with us and help us out with a little commentary there. You know, because this is going to be his future competition in the Super 5 race that we're going to have.
Yeah, and the RDR LFRL deal. Yeah, the five race series. Yes. Yeah. By the way, I was on the soundboard and I hit something I guess I shouldn't have, and it had the word that I don't like, and I apologize for that, everybody.
I'm going to.
I might have to get on Ross Dalton about all this, man. All these damn sound effects, man. I hit the wrong button. I just wanted to play a good one. So, you know. Thank you. I'm here all night.
Oh.
Don't fire me like Jimmy Kimmel. You know, I mean that was an accident.
Oh.
He deserved what he got. All right, where's he at? Bring him in. Where's he at?
I don't know. He's sitting here typing. Come on in, Landon. We need some analysis from a driver's perspective.
Aren't you a driver? We're back to your ring, by the way. Lucky Ducks Motorsports. Hey, Tracy, by the way, what is Lucky Ducks? What is that? Is that like a... Whoa, trouble! Lucky Ducks is about to go blue wash again. Blue line, they stay green. Oh, baby, 80 to go, and we had caution and no yellow flag. Remember, the race director was kind of a jerk. He told him in the driver's meeting, Tracy and Ryan, he said, I'm not just going to throw the caution because a car gets sideways. There's got to be a significant reason for me to say I'm throwing the yellow.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, let's go back.
Yellow.
I'm gonna see if I can catch this thing here. It's
he
showing
the yellow.
that wasn't
that was Mullins and Zane. Mullins and Zane.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Mullins and Zane.
I got an alert from well, it was Zane there. He was involved, but it looked like to me that it happened in front of him a little bit. But let's go back live here. Sorry about that, guys.
As my dad used to say, take me off of live pictures. All right, here we go. Dalton and Blair almost get together. Oh, boy. Now, if Landon don't come in the booth, we can't bring him in. The olive branch has been extended.
Exactly. I'm sitting here trying to figure out where he's at.
He might have just got cold feet. What?
He says, I have no access to anything in RDR.
Oh, so you've got to send him a link, I think is what it is, right? Ain't that what it is? Ain't that what you got to do, like invite people or something?
Yeah, probably so. Let me know if I miss anything important here. I'm going to see if I can.
You gonna make your nephew mad at you. Here we go. Down the back straight, run straight away.
Hey, look. If he's going to talk junk, the least he can do is come on in here and, help us out a little bit. Right?
75 to go. And Ryan, man, I'm telling you, dude, what a performance right now by the driver of Aaron Stoltz. And remember, if Aaron wins this race, he's won 4 races or 4 features in a row.
Yeah, he's done a great job closing out the season. I believe 4 races ago it looked tight if he was even going to be in the championship hunt going into the last race. And he's won 3 in the last 3 races and put himself in that talk of winning the championship. So he's doing himself a very good job tonight.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, okay, he won the second race at Kenley back at the beginning of September. September 6th, I think it was. And then he won back-to-back last week at at North Wilkesboro, which a lot of people were like, can he really pull it off? Can this really happen? By the way, first day of fall, and he is right now trying to win again here in the finale. This is the Ross Dalton Racing Driver Development Late Model E-Tour. This is the Commonwealth Championship 200. I'm Wesley Outland, Ryan Tomford, Tracy Brown. Maybe Landon will be joining us soon. I don't know. I ain't seen him yet. There he is. There he goes. There's Landon. Talking all that smack in the chat box. To bring me in, Landon. Don't freeze up now. What's up, brother?
Oh, okay, I'm here. I had to load up Tracy's stream so I could see everything.
Oh, come on now. You know you weren't talking smack without even watching the race, right?
Oh no, I was watching it. I just closed out of YouTube and went to your Discord stream.
Oh, I got you. Okay. Well, anyway, I thought
there's a very bad delay. There's about a 45-second, 1-minute delay from the video stream to the live stream. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought
30 seconds.
I thought it'd be a good idea to bring you in here since these are future opponents of yours, assuming you make the top 10. That is.
Yeah. I'm hoping for it. I thought I was gonna have a good shot at having run for top 10 until our last lap calamity. Could have had a 5th or 6th place finish, just 12th. That sucks.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, you're looking for the overall top 10 of the points, and I think you're still in contention. So, closing in on lap 135 of 200. If you're doing the math, everybody here tonight, that is 65 laps to go. Aaron Stoltz is leading this thing. He's trying to go for the 4th win in a row in the series. And furthermore, Ryan, he is trying to give Ross Boo-Boo Dalton a run for the championship, or even Adam Baker for 2nd for the title.
Yeah, I mean, Aaron Stoltz is doing all he needs to do to hopefully win his first championship, I believe. But, he's doing a great job. He's now got almost a 2-second advantage in front of Ross Dalton. So, good lead for him. And, Ross has found a little bit of pressure from Austin Taylor and Peanut Baker there in 3rd and 4th. So, this could be very interesting going down to the last 60 laps.
Well, Landon, I want you to come in
on.
here. I'm sorry, Wesley. I stepped all over you there, buddy. I wanted Landon to come in here and notice, and granted, we still got about 60 laps to go, but it was just very impressive to me how tight these guys can run side by side. I mean, literally door to door. And that's going to be quite a challenge there, I think, coming up into our Pro Cup Super 5 series there.
Oh yeah, for sure. I was watching, I was on the YouTube earlier. They were not sparing any room more than a car width. That's for sure. They were, it was 2 bottom lanes when they were running. There was no bottom and middle lane. It was just 2 bottom lanes.
Yeah, I was going to say, man, how much are you looking forward to, Landon, to this idea that we've got the LFRL RDR Pro 5 Invitational? It brings back the heritage and the homage of what the Hooters Pro Cup Series used to be back in the day that everybody loved. I mean, I found myself talking to somebody about this at the racetrack last night, and then obviously, still given an opportunity to highlight some of the best iRacing drivers of LFRL and RDR and going at it, right? I mean, it's not going to be a versus battle. It's an invitational, but I think we're going to see some of the best late model iRacing I think we're going to see in history coming up in December. That's Walters and Bill Zane. Oh, boy, Mason Walters make Mason Walters make Zane mad.
I'm not so sure about that one.
Robert Zane retaliated. Robert
that's
Zane
exactly what I
retaliated.
saw.
You could see it. It literally was building up. Matter of fact, Tracy, go back about a lap or two before he actually got crashed, and you'll see. I mean, it was building up between these two guys, Ryan. Another blue line soft watch caution. Just watch this here. I think Walters was holding him up. All right, go ahead right there. It's fine. Man, Ryan, you can see that I really think maybe that Zane was getting frustrated, even cherry brake rotors on the 70 car of Zane because he was riding the brakes. Walters was holding him up, and he said, enough is enough. And obviously you saw what happened there.
Yeah, it seemed like also Walters had nowhere to go because he had Jordan Blair in front of him. So, Robert Zane was, had a faster car and definitely want to get by him. And, Walters there went to defend the low line, and Robert Zane just spun him on the back straightaway.
I mean, Landon, is that racing right there? Is that frustration? I know it's frustration, but would you say that that's racing right there between Zane and obviously Walters when you kind of getting held up? I guess you got no other choice.
Well, I don't know. I think there still might have been some ill intent with that.
I got
I think it could have been avoided.
There you go.
Can I chime in?
Go ahead, Tracy.
Okay. Well,
You can cut us off.
I mean, I almost got fired on the very first race we had when, oh man, I can't remember the guy's first name. Was it Jacob York, I think? On the very first race. He hadn't been back since. But in my opinion, and that's all it is, but Robert Zane, he was frustrated, kind of running behind the 16. But the 16 coming down the straightaway moved over and gave him the high line just to let him go around. But instead of passing him, he took out his frustration. But again, the 16 didn't have anywhere to go. He's got a car in front of him, and he was all up that guy's bumper. In my opinion, from what I remember, but then again, my memory is crap. So.
No, you got a good memory.
Yeah.
You got a good memory. Coming back to green, see her in restart zone, and the blue line soft watch caution is over. Lucky Duck Motorsports green flag, and Baker just got hit like a rag doll on the outside. There was first and second battling for the championship. That's Adam Baker, Peanut Baker, and Dalton battling for the championship for first and second, and they're rubbing, banging, slapping benders. And they're still going at it for 1 and 2 after dirt tracking it off for Ryan. Unbelievable.
Yeah, amazing save by Ross Dalton there. He was almost completely sideways there, but he kept it going. And Peanut Baker is getting a little bit more aggressive here, knowing that his championship battle and championship hopes are slipping with 50 laps to go.
We're joined by, hold on, guys. Walters and Ethan Johnson having a little rock'em sock'em robots moment. And Mullins just put Walters in the fence. Boy, Walters is in trouble. I think he just stalled coming out of turn 4. Oh, yeah, he's out. All right, he just took a fast repair.
Yeah, he took a tow to the pits, and I'm not exactly sure what happened there, but it looked like to me maybe some teammates kind of teamed up on him. Obviously we can't catch everything that's going on. Maybe he did something that's, against driver etiquette there or something, and this is kind of their way of correcting his behavior, let's say.
I mean, we talked about earlier that, they had some history with one another. So, I mean,
Yeah, I'm not really sure. With Ross Dalton Racing, these guys, it was like my brother was telling me earlier this week, these guys seem more like team members as opposed to league members. I could be wrong about this because I'm just looking at it from the outside in here, but it's almost as if everybody is friends in this thing. But apparently some friendship you know, there was some issues there. A little bit of friction there that got ironed out, let's say.
Yeah, it just went out the window there, so we'll watch it again. Yeah. Friends, you got to have them. Friends, you got to need them. Friends to put you in the wall. Taylor, Taylor, Blair, Stoltz, Zane, all right there. And Ryan, we're closing in on the final 50 laps of this one here, man.
Yeah, we're closing in. We got 44 laps to go, 43 at the line, and they've made a good pace so far throughout this race. Not too many cautions, and pretty decently long green flag runs, and we're getting a battle here between two side-by-side battles between Stoltz and Blair and the 51, Austin Taylor and Robert Zane. So incredible battles, and it's been good racing through 3/4 of the race so far.
.42 laps to go. There it is. The Levi Photography Top 5 is Ross Dalton. There's look at all the cars. Dalton, Baker, Blair, all right there.
Well, I hate to take it back to, what did you say that was, 2001? About ratcheting up the intensity, man, but you can just see it happening.
You can feel it. You can feel it.
You can feel it. Oh.
Speedy Bird just got into Jordan Blair, and caution's out. Here we go. Blue line soft wash caution number 6. As with about 40 laps to go. Caution out again. Here's a replay. So did Stoltz get into Blair, and so did Zane. Oh, yeah. But look at. Hey, listen, same scenario. We saw it happen earlier to Mason Walters, and they done it to Blair, Ryan.
I don't know if, Aaron Stoltz, got pushed into Jordan Blair there to cause that wreck. So I don't know if that was one of those chain reaction of the last car just hitting the a few cars ahead. But it seemed like Jordan Blair did go around, and he got a hefty whack there after he spun out.
I just want to see, or did he? I wanted to see if Jordan had a fast repair left. I'm going to zoom in on his car real quick. Oh, yeah.
Jordan Blair. Oh, yeah. Now, remember, they all got 2 fast repairs. So everybody gets a fast repair. But the thing about fast repairs, though, am I right, Landon, is you've got to be smart the way you use them. Because if you use them too early, when you might need it at the late rally, it's not there. So that's a strategy, right? Did we lose Landon Brown? Did he go away? Yeah, we lost Landon. Okay.
What?
Ryan, Tracy, I'll ask you that question. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. What was the question again? Oh, yeah, about using the fast repairs. Absolutely, man. Yeah, I can't tell you how many races I've lost because I used it too quick. Get a little fender damage, go in, use your fast repair, get it all fixed up. You go back out there, and then next thing you know, you T-bone somebody, and radiators blowing out water and whatnot. So you definitely have to use strategy when it comes to that as well. But I would say, Wesley, with like 35 getting ready to go, baby, you got to lay it all on the line right now, man. It's the last race of the year for the championship. At this point in time, I would throw out the golden racing time to dig.
Time to dig, baby. Gotta do it.
All right, it's time to dig.
Look, 10 laps earlier, it's the golden race at 25 to go. Time to dig, but it's time to dig with 35 to go. Thanks again, Chris Golden. And it is time to dig, and we're crashing. Johnson and other cars in the back, but we still race on. Ryan, the race director, Slick Rick he said, man, I'm telling y'all right now, I am not throwing a caution because y'all get squirmish or you get sideways. You've got to force something to make me put out a yellow like that right there. When you got 2 or 3 cars up against the fence, then you got no choice. Caution out.
And I believe that is Peanut Baker stuck in the fence. So championship contender out with with damage there with 33 laps to go. This is big championship implications.
Look, Brinkley around, Peanut Baker around. Let me just say something, okay? Robert Zane is like a damn torpedo weapon. He's hitting anybody in his path to move out of the way. And I'm surprised he ain't got parked yet. The first time I would say, okay, well, maybe he is. I spoke too soon.
Yep, looks like a EOL
penalty. They finally busted his ass. They finally busted him. I got to wondering, I said this to Landon, Ryan, and Tracy, and I said, okay, maybe the first time with Walters, I could understand that. But then the second and the third time, okay, Robert Zane, you're using your front bumper as a battering ram to move guys out of the way. Something's got to give here. And I prop the race director for doing that. I do. I stand behind that call, Tracy. I do.
I do as well, Wesley. And, obviously I don't know Mr. Zane. I'm assuming this is out of character for him because, if he were, say, just a new driver, just showed up, you don't have any experience with how he races or whatnot, when you start seeing those type of activities, you just more or less just boot them right out of the server. So I'm assuming this just
first one. I'll give him the first one.
That's
but
right.
The second
yes.
and third time
yes.
you're bumping people out of the way, you're taking advantage of the situation. You gotta get put to the
that's
rear.
right. Yeah.
Ryan, do you agree? Blue line soft wash caution done. Back to the Sierra and restart zone. Lucky Ducks Motorsports green flag waves. But do you agree with 30 to go?
Yeah, it's the right call. And, we've seen Robert Zane in this series before. He has an average result. As we got trouble in turn 1.
Boy. And I wonder if Stoltz and Zane and Peanut Baker, they retaliated and went after him again. I don't know what happened under caution. Here we go again. Another look at a restart. No, it ain't Robert's fault that time. He just was the ass into the field and got hit.
It seems like Peanut Baker and Aaron Stoltz just got loose on the inside and spun up the track and caught a few cars.
Just karma. We just call that karma, right, Tracy? What goes around comes back around.
Yeah. It looks like Stoltz and 16, a Speedy Bird.
Yeah, Speedy Bird and Stoltz and then Baker and then Zane. Look at this again.
And it might have just been.
Johnson,
look at Stoltz.
Ethan Johnson got hit by Speedy Bird. Look at this. I don't think somebody went on a restart.
Stoltz changed lanes. Look, Stoltz
Yeah.
changed lanes there at the last minute.
Bam. And Ryan, I think Adam Baker Peanut might be okay. He might not be that badly damaged. I don't think he got hit. So, welcome to the fireworks show. It's about to get cray-cray here at the Big M.
It seems like it's gotten a little bit crazy here.
A
little bit. I'll just play this on Tracy. He right before the stage break, he said something about not clean racing and not too many cautions, and now we're on our eighth caution.
Hey, you guys called it. You told me not to jinx this broadcast, man, but I swear it had all the makings of just going green the whole way. But oh my goodness, I knew the pressure was going to I'm not going to use ratchet up. It was going to increase. Yeah, I don't want to go back to 2001, man.
Chris, you know that song, that word, right? I mean, you're a legend.
Okay. But, I mean, as every race does, I mean, the pressure does increase. You know your time is running out, and you lose patience. You don't have the time to work somebody to pass them. You just got to go for it. But I don't know. It seems like
everything must go.
Yeah, exactly.
Like selling souvenirs at your local race speed shop.
Well, I was just fixing to say, hand in hand with that, it goes tempers as well.
It's time to dig, though. It's officially. Put it up again. It's officially time to dig. They already started digging. It's time to put them in the hole now, brother.
It is time, baby.
You just digging yourself in a deeper hole, boy. Oh, boy. And we go back to 25 to go with Ross Boo Dalton in the lead. Look at Taylor down to the inside. He'll battle with Blair. And look at Brinkley. Brian, how about Bryson Brinkley, man? What a quiet run for him right now. Right there in that number 3 spot, battling with Blair for third. Brinkley's there as they work into 3 and 4.
Yeah, Brinkley's, found himself in a few wrecks, and, he finds himself with a pretty undamaged car there in 4th place, and, it seems like he's got a bit of speed to challenge Jordan Blair and Taylor for 2nd and 3rd place.
Look at Taylor bouncing off the wall. Man, I got to give props to Taylor, right? I mean, he had some bad luck at the start, but as it counts the most with closing in on 20 to go now, he has really put himself up in the front. And not spoke too soon. He got pushed out of the side. Oh, he got sent to the outhouse from the penthouse. And Taylor is now working back to 4th. He was in 2nd. And there's Stoltz. And there is also the 70 of Zane. He took his penalty. He took his punishment. He took his medicine. Hopefully he learned from it. Tracy, he's back up to 4th in the 70 on the lead lap.
Well, you can tell he's learned a little something. I'm not exactly sure what was said, but instead of just plowing through everybody, he's kind of, more or less trying to set them up for a pass and trying to get a good finish as he can here. But, man, what did I tell you about Boo Boo? Earlier on, these cars were going by him in the first stage, let's call it, and he got back to about 3rd or 4th position. And, man, he is flat laying it down right now. And I'm not exactly sure what's going on with Zane and Stoltz here. I didn't know if there was going to be some more retaliation going on.
And remember, and how about this? And what did I say? 3 words. 4 words. We said this last week, and I'll say it again. A driver never forget. It don't matter whether it's real racing, virtual racing, do unto others as they do unto you, but when they do you wrong, you do them wrong back. It's the Medea method, right? And you gotta wonder if Stokes remembers with 15 to go, Ryan, what the 70 of Zane did to him. And they always say get him back when it means the most, right? I'm not just going to get you back to get you back. I'm going to pay you back when it's the most important thing to you. Well, Zane's up to 3rd now in contention to win. Stoltz is right there. Is he getting deja vu?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like all racing drivers have got the longest memories when it comes to when they're getting wrecked. So that's definitely both on both of their minds of, trying to keep it clean. And as we look here at the lead, Dalton's cleared himself and, he's almost 1 second down in the lead with 13 laps to go, and Blair is trying to catch him, and it seems like it's going to be a championship win for Dalton with 12 laps to go.
Tracy, am I right? Coming up to 10 to go. Oh, and by the way, can we say something else?
Sure.
An hour and 20 minutes, and these guys are running 10 to go coming up here. I mean, I got to say, mad props to them, right? Give them a round of applause. Give them a round of applause. Closing in on 10 to go here, and the finish of this race, 200 laps in an hour and 20 minutes. I'm pretty damn happy with these guys, Tracy. I really am.
Yeah, I really thought I jinxed them there for a little bit there. Went through a spell where, we couldn't make 5 or 10 laps. Oh, my God. I'm just going to be quiet. I'm just going to be quiet.
By the way, crash.
Look, you and Ryan, take it on. I'm not going to say anything else.
What's that song? What's that Halloween? I put a spell on you because you're mine. Eat your heart out, Fats Domino.
Unfortunately,
Caution is out. Here's a replay.
Have no idea if it's the 51.
Oh, there it is. It is Peanut Baker. I told you it's the 22 and the 51.
Well, I just took a wild
Peanut
guess.
Baker and Austin Taylor, they T-bone one another. That's not a steak, by the way. I don't recommend eating that. That's not the kind of steak you want. That's not the kind of T-bone you want. Boy, speaking of that, I might order some Denny's on DoorDash tonight.
Oh, Lord. Don't do that to me, Wesley. Oh, man, and that was just such a light little tap.
The sausage and bacon done wore off, man. I ate nothing all day today. Only get me a damn, what they call this? It's almost midnight. I'm going to get me a midnight snack.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Well, let me know how that Arby's, what is that, the Arby's steak and cheese, I think, Angus?
Denny's. No, not Arby's, Denny's, man. Denny's.
No, I've been curious about trying the Arby's. I've seen their commercials about some sort of new Angus steak and cheese sandwich or something.
Oh, yeah, that's Arby's.
Yeah, have you tried it, Ryan?
We have the meats.
Yeah, but I don't want Arby's. I want Denny's. I want Denny's too.
Oh, man, well, you got to go with the Grand Slam then, man. Come on, dude. If you're going to do that, you're going to do the DoorDash, you just got to go with the Grand Slam.
Ryan, we need to let Tracy announce at Wake County. He just say Denny's Grand Slam caution, right? I mean, we always say that shit. We say that every time the caution comes out, it's a Denny's Grand Slam caution. So, yes, we love our Denny's. Me and Ryan were actually going to go get Denny's Friday night. We looked at our clock and said, son of a biscuit, it's too late. Too late. You go home and go to bed. I'm going to go home and go to bed. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, I can't wait to county line where I'm able to announce the 50-50 winner, and especially the one with, the wristband?
Or a commentator? What did he do? He left?
Do what?
Landon Brown, where did he go? He left.
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know what happened. I don't know.
What happened, Landon?
Look, man, you got to get your chops in here, dude.
He was crickets. It's about to become a roar. Back underway.
Oh, boy, this is it, man. This is it.
This could be the finish. Remember, there is a chance at overtime. Right there. There's Dalton. Dalton trying to win the battle and the war like we saw many do at Wake County on Friday night. But look at now Blair powering on the outside. The show, oh, look out, Brinkley's around. Brinkley, Johnson, Mullins got in by Taylor. And we got a multi-car crash off 4. Caution is out. 5 laps to go. This might have just sealed the deal to have us go to overtime here unless we can get restarted. Here's your replay, Ryan. Look at this, buddy. They're getting aggressive.
Oh, it's the 5. Yeah, Michael Steele.
Michael Steele. Yep.
Yeah, it definitely seemed like Michael Steele got into the back of Brinkley to start off that whole wreck.
I'm going to rewind it here, guys. I mean, am I wrong? It just looks like such a little tap here. I mean, yeah, he got into him, but look, it wasn't like he drove through him, I didn't think. It was just a little doink, and that was all it took.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably that, Michael Steele got into the back of Brinkley there twice, once entering the corner and then sort of in the middle of 3 and 4, So he might have gotten Brinkley a little bit loose, and that last light tap is the one that probably sent him around and was too much for Bryson to handle.
Yeah, that's a good point, Brian, because you can never tell about the guy in front. When you doink him, as I called it, he may be on the throttle at the same time as the contact occurs. And so those rear tires are already at about their maximum, and all it would take is for you to blow on them, and the rear end of the car could come around. But here we go, 3 laps to go.
Not done yet. I think we're still in the same scheduled distance, ladies and gentlemen. This is lap 198 of 200. There's still a chance at overtime. This is going to be 2 to go right here. Regular scheduled distance. Another caution, and we do go to overtime play. Zane on the back there. Dalton on the bottom. He's got Blair up top. And there's Stoltz, and there's Zane. Another Lucky Ducks Motorsports green flag as Zane's crossed over in front of Taylor. Almost stacked everybody behind them. And here comes now, coming to the line, Tiltify, white flag, last lap of the season, a race, a championship on the line. Blair up on the high side, door banging with Dalton. Dalton stays locked to the bottom. They are stride for stride, coming off of turn 4. Stokes to the inside, crashing behind them. Dalton's going to win the race and the championship in the RDR at Martinsville. Ross Dalton, it wasn't easy, but he wins the battle and the war for the Ross Dalton Racing Driver Development Late Model Tour in the Commonwealth Championship 200 finale, Ryan.
Yeah, great job by the Ross Dalton. He saved his tires early in the race, and, he saved his car and was ready and prepared for the last little bit of the race, and, he came out on top as a champion.
Well, I tell you what, Tracy, it wasn't easy. You saw a lot of heavy hitters gunning for him, but he held his own. And when he did, you can say now, this guy, 3rd win of the season, I believe, and he is the champion.
Yeah, I tell you what, I couldn't be more impressed with the way he ran those final laps. Somebody on the door, somebody right on your bumper. He just didn't get rattled the whole race. What can you say? I mean, they were leaning on him, pushing on him, and that sort of thing, and it was almost as if, I don't know. I don't really know what the radio, he might have been cussing everybody out on the radio as far as I know, but from his actions, it just looked like he was cool as a cucumber to me.
It really did. It really did.
Totally professional.
Again for the man out of Liberty, North Carolina, Ross Boo Boo Dalton, the 50-star. He is the winner and the champion. Ryan, if you're going to do it, that's the way to do it. He had heavy hitters after him. He had Adam Baker. He had Aaron Stoltz. He had Jordan Blair. Hell, and they were all in contention to battle for not only the win, but to try to upset him for the title. But when it counts the most, the strategy, staying in it, Ross Boo Boo Dalton was not going to be denied. And this guy, even though he's the owner of the league, he had to fight for that win. It was not easy. It wasn't given to him.
Yeah, it wasn't easy all racing, all season long. We had people winning tons of races all year long, and, Ross did all he needed to do, and he is a very well-deserving champion.
Let's take a look at the results as Ross Boo Boo Dalton is about to celebrate here for the finale for the Ross Dalton Racing Driver Development Late Model E-Tour from Martinsville. And remember, by the way, when the final points are updated, 10 drivers are going to the, of course, Pro 5 Challenge for LFRL RDR in December. But there's the results. Ross Boo Boo Dalton, Aaron Stokes, Jordan Blair, Austin Taylor, Peanut Baker, Michael Steele, first 6, and you got the rest of the rundown there, Ryan.
Yeah, Ethan Johnson there in 7th, Bryson Brinkley, Cliff Mullins had some trouble. Robert Zane was all over the place tonight, and Speedbird and Mason Walters down 50 laps in 12th place.
And by the way, might I add that, it was quality versus quantity. We had 12 amazing drivers, Ryan, and Tracy Brown, for that matter, battling And what a show they put on, right? I mean, they ran 200 laps in an hour and 26 minutes, basically a 90-minute show. And these guys put on a phenomenal show. I mean, they had a 3.5-hour time limit, but these guys done it in under 2 hours remaining and still put on. Well, I mean, what a finish, right? I mean, anybody could have won this thing, Tracy, when it came down to that last restart.
At Martinsville, I'd like to add.
At Martinsville.
At Martinsville. Absolutely, man. I'm totally impressed with this field, you know, from the front to the rear. These guys are really, really good. And I just can't, I know I've already harped on it, you know, several times this race, but the way they race door to door, it's impressive as heck in iRacing. It really looks like you're watching a real race, in my opinion, especially with the tempers flare, you know, go to pushing guys out of the way, run, you know, putting them in the wall, giving them a little hook here or there. I don't know. Overall, I mean, I just honestly, Wesley, I just wish I could be a spectator on YouTube and just sit back and watch this race, man. These guys are that good. It's a finished product, in my opinion, and it competes with you know, the real races you see on Fox or, you know, TNT USA. Those
go off the air. You know, you can quit your producing duties and go watch the replay later tonight. You know, you can. Because the archives will be available for replay. And then you can do that. Take
I believe you're right, and I might do that too. Because I might go see if I can find me some sausage and onions or what was that you had cooked up there?
No, I tried to make hot dogs to try to reminisce on the Martinsville hot dogs, but that just didn't happen. The damn hot dogs are bad.
Yeah,
and I had no bread. Then I was going to try to make hot dogs out of hamburger bread, but it just didn't work. So luckily I was heartbroken, and then I found bacon and sausage from the other day.
And that's what it was. Yes.
And I'm debating if I'm on DoorDash some Denny's T-bone steaks right now. That's what I'm trying to think about. So yeah.
Oh no, man, go Grand Slam, baby. You man, you gotta have their hash browns. You know, smothered and slashed, or maybe that's
No, that's Waffle House.
Yeah, that's Waffle House. It don't matter. The Grand Slam, man. They still got hash browns there. Still good.
There is a Denny's Grand Slam, yes, but you're talking about scattered, smothered, and covered. Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
That's Waffle House.
Hey, look, instead of going to Denny's, go to get you some Grubhub or DoorDash from the Waffle House. Yeah, absolutely.
Let's grab the drivers.
Oh, my gosh.
We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we will speak to the top three when it is all said and done. Dalton, Stoltz, and Blair sounds like a law firm. That's your top three tonight in the Commonwealth Championship 200 in Martinsville. Stay with us. We also need to pause for station identification.
This is the Community Radio Network, WCRN. 87.9 FM, Clayton, Garner, Smithfield, North Carolina. Proud to be in the USA. We are CRN.
So the checkered flag has fell here at Martinsville. Ross Boo Boo Dalton is the winner and the champion. We are taking a break. We will talk to them next. Tar River. Eastern Technical Design Incorporated provides design and drafting services for commercial, industrial, and residential construction. Services include architectural renderings, preliminary plan design, as well as final construction drawings. These drawings include all the necessary structural, building, plumbing, and mechanical electrical plans as required to produce and deliver a finished building and/or structure. This company is proudly owned by LFRL's Tracy Brown. Eastern Technical Design. Contact them today at 252-245-1599 or email them at easterntechnicaldesign@gmail.com. Commercial, industrial, and residential construction. Eastern Technical Design is the perfect plan for your building needs. Blue Line Soft Wash is a veteran-owned and operated company dedicated to bringing integrity and precision to exterior cleaning. Founded by a retired law enforcement officer, and we proudly back the men in blue. Blue Line Soft Wash upholds the values of service, commitment, and attention to detail in every job. Trust Blue Line Soft Wash to protect and enhance your property with the same dedication they once gave to protecting our community. Protect and serve. Protect your car with Blue Line Soft Wash today. Tar River Environmental, located in Rocky Mount, North Carolina, is a premier provider of professional logging and land clearing services, proudly serving communities across the Tar Heel state of North Carolina. Their services are vital for large-scale land development and forestry operations. By prioritizing responsible land management, Tar River Environmental helps clients achieve their land use goals while maintaining ecological integrity. Find more details on Tar River Environmental, located in Rocky Mount, on Google today.
Would you like a sport of tea and some crumpets?
Welcome back to Martinsville, the championship, and the season has been decided for the Ross Dalton Racing Driver Development Late Model E-Tour. Welcome to our coverage on Leadfoot TV, LSR TV, your home for sim racing, and on the Community Radio Network. I'm Wesley Outland. We're joined by Ryan Tomford, Tracy Brown on production, hitting the buttons, as well as Landon Brown earlier. Then he left. I don't know. Maybe it's his bedtime. He had to go to school, I guess. I don't know. But listen, we're going to grab Ross Dalton twice. First off as the race winner and then the champion when it's said and done. So, Ross, congratulations to you. Let's talk about the race. This was I got to give you guys mad props, man. Martinsville, 200 laps. That's 75 laps more than what you normally run. And you guys knocked it out of the park in 90 minutes. I mean, but to be the winner, third win of the season, and to win at Martinsville, what does that mean to you, sir?
Oh, it's always one of my favorite places to come, and I'm super pumped up. Bring this league back and have 10 solid races with a solid group of guys, man. It was a blast, and it's always fun when you win. So gotta appreciate that, and thank all these guys that show up week in, week out. Slick for making sure that race control is taken care of. You guys for making sure that mom and pop can watch at home, and everybody that everybody that supports Ross Dalton Racing and in the league and everything else and in real life. So, hopefully we can carry this momentum and put the real life race cars somewhere near this podium finish in real life.
There you go. Ryan.
Yeah, Ross, congrats on the win. We saw you saving a little bit earlier on in the race, and then you found yourself, dominating the second half of the race. It seemed like, what was the difference between the mindset of the first half of the race and the second half?
Well, my dad said to finish first, you always first must finish. So we just I was getting pushed a little bit harder. I was leading right there and was getting pushed a little harder than I wanted to go. I knew Jordan and Aaron and all them was back there, biding their time, knowing that there was going to be a caution at some point in that first 100-lap stint. And I just wasn't comfortable running the pace that I was running. And, I just pulled down and let him go. And then Jordan come by, and Jordan's pretty smart on conserving tires and stuff. So I, once he got there, I let him go too. And right shortly after caution come out, we was probably 30, 40 laps in at the time, I think, and I was like, well, I think it's 60 laps. I got another set of tires in the pit, so I don't want to lose too much track position, but I don't want to get tore up either, so I didn't want to get back there with some of them reckless ones, but I was able to maintain spot and, get back up there, and then me and Mason got into it a little bit and kind of upset everything there, knocked toe out, and it upset me just a little bit, handling wise, and I couldn't roll the center with the two leaders there, and we just took our fast repair at the halfway break with our tires, and we rode right there and made up for it in the second half.
Hold your thought. We're going to talk championship next, but there you go, ladies and gentlemen, from Liberty, North Carolina, Ross Boo Boo Dalton of the 50 Star. We'll talk to him in a moment about being the champion. For right now, let's go to second place and grab Aaron Stoltz. Aaron was one in the running to try to win the title and also to try to go for 4 wins in a row. Man, impressive. What's your take of obviously finishing in second and racing with Ross and just having a fun season this year with this program, Aaron?
Yeah, we had fun this season. Started out rough, got good, and finished kind of rough. But no, I mean, thanks to Ross for having me. I got, Michael, he takes care of all my paints and stuff throughout the race season. So I always show up with different paints, just really just depends. And, thank y'all for being up in here. It's all about, like Ross said, not being back there with the crazies and just trying to keep your nose clean and watching out for wrecks and just silly stuff like that.
Yeah, Aaron, I believe you finished second or third in this year's championship. Now you've got a decent little off season. I know there's a few events planned for this league, but you're gonna be in that fight for the 5 race series at the end of the year. How do you change your mindset to that 5 race series and hopefully getting a win in that series?
Really, it's just hard. I got 10 guys that I'm showing up with to race, but I'm racing all them at the same time, so you can't upset them or the other guys and stuff like that. I mean, honestly, it kind of pissed off tonight how the night went, how I got drove through. But I mean, it's got to brush it off your shoulder and come back and race everybody like it never happened and just forgive and forget, or you'll just end up in the wall or end up with hatred. So I mean, it's really just part of it. It's racing. It happens every week. Just people get mad and stuff like that, which is just part of it, like I said. But going into the 5 race deal, you just gotta join up with your group, 10 guys you're going with, and make sure they all have the same game plan. We're all going for the same win, but we're all showing up together to support each other as a team and try to win all the races, but do it as a sport and as a hobby.
Tell you what, Aaron, you are going to be locked into that Super 5 Pro Challenge. We'll talk about that from go off the air with Ross and more. But as being a top 10 finisher, not only in this race, but in the point standings, how excited are you ready to try to go after that title?
I'm excited. I really am. I think I was supposed to finish third in the points tonight. I don't know how that's going to go, but supposed to finish third. So I think we like you said, we did lock into that 5 race deal, which is really exciting, racing with another bunch of big names on iRacing and around the country, which is pretty cool to get a bunch of good guys together and show what each person can do on the game, but do it as two teams. You know what I mean? Like a red team, blue team. I don't know. I think it's gonna be pretty cool. You just gotta go in there and not wreck your own guys. It's gonna be a big part of it.
Gonna be a fun one. Before we let you go, brother, please thank your sponsors, Aaron. Good, solid season. Got some wins. Had a good year, and obviously, we'll look forward to seeing what you do in December or whatever special events come up along the way. We'll talk to Ross about that in closing. But man, thanks for running with us, sir.
Yeah, man. Thank y'all. Obviously, I wouldn't be here on Sundays if it wasn't for Ross. I gotta thank Ross. Thank you, Michael Steele, Enoch McNeil. Got to give a huge thanks to him. He's spotted for me and stuff. So got to give a huge thanks to him. Me and Roberts became buddies, and so was me and Bryson. Glad to have Bryson back. He showed that he could be clean tonight. But just big shout out to Ross for having me on Sundays, and Enoch as my spotter, and Michael Steele for my paints, and just stuff like that.
Hey,
thank y'all too.
Absolutely. Well, Aaron, look, and I don't mean to interrupt you here, Wesley, but I did have a couple of questions for Aaron, if you don't mind. One question and one statement. I just wanted to commend, I'm assuming it's Michael Steele who does your paints. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's a beautiful looking paint scheme, in my opinion, that you're running tonight. Just wanted to say, both you and I think Boo Boo as well, y'all have the Steel logo on your hood there, if I'm not mistaken. And I just want to take time, just kind of give credit to a guy. I'm not sure how much, he may be the most famous painter iRacing has, as far as I know, but just want to kind of give a shout out to him and just say there's some beautiful paints there. Just want to let you know that.
Yeah,
nice he touched every paint in this field.
Oh, okay.
Every car in this field he's done, and his car's slick. I know he does. I'm pretty sure he does Ross's IRL stuff too. He done that 51 of Austin Taylor's IRL stuff, and he's honestly slick with it. I wouldn't pay nobody else.
No, and Aaron, to kind of go to the idea of what you talked about, I think that was one of the discussions that Ross and myself and Tracy Brown talked about, was we wanted to have kind of like that top 10 IROC car feel where every car looks the same. They're RDR cars. The wrap jobs are the same. The colors are the same. The sponsors would be different, but that's your team RDR. And then you got your team LFRL and whatever colors they come up with. But, it's kind of you guys kind of got a good idea of what your template is with the paint job of the cars. Like your car, Dalton's car, other cars, they have that RDR up on the front. It kind of matches one another kind of to certain similarity, but that's kind of like what we're looking for. We want to have that same car design, whatever color you choose, the logos on the cars, that, the numbers are different, like you said, Aaron, but that's what's going to make it be like a IROC SRX Pro Cup type feel when we run that event in December.
Right. The blue's actually growing on me. It's hard to get Ross by himself and just communicate with him because always has so much going on. But I've always been a big red guy. There's 3 red vehicles sitting outside of my house right now. You know what I mean? Just
hey, Ross had a red car at one time. Ross had a red car.
That black and red one he's got with the stars on it is just beautiful. If we could just
Yeah.
go
Oh, yeah.
plain with RDR on it, steel graphics, exactly how his car is now, if we could have
Oh,
all
yeah.
that and I could throw O2 on it, then I would. But as far as if I was able to choose, I'd choose to have my paint and everybody put their number on mine, but that's just me.
Well, you guys have got about T-minus 3 months to fight over what designs you want, because on December the 14th, then we'll be able to finally see what the unveiling will be for the colors. So thank you, buddy, for your time.
Hold
We
it.
appreciate
Hold
it.
it.
Oh, wait a minute.
Wait,
December 20th. December 14th.
Yes, December the 14th. And I never did get to ask my question, Aaron.
Yes,
You know, I just want to compliment Michael Steele on your paints. And by the way, as a side note, I'm partial to blue, if you can't tell. But anyway, my question to you is, I'm here every week, and I see what you guys do, and I'm thoroughly impressed. I mean, from front to back. Honestly, I haven't seen a group of guys that can run this close together, side by side, literally swapping paint without wrecking one another, you know, just constantly. I mean, you guys just, I'm sure real life racing probably plays a part in this, I'm assuming. But, man, you guys really race close. But anyway, that's beside the point as well. I know we got to get going on. I'm watching you guys every single week. Do any of you guys happen to watch what we do over at the Leadfoot Racing League? Just curious. I mean, there's no wrong answer, by the way.
I've see y'all's broadcast links, and I have y'all's notifications on videos. And if I have the time, I'll jump over there and watch maybe 10 laps. I probably ain't watched more than 10 laps a race. But I mean, it just, from what I see over there, it's just you got your fast guys up front spread out. But here it's just a group of fast guys that are going for the same thing, which is to cross the finish line first while doing it clean. And I mean, I'm sure y'all have watched me. I'm somehow decided to be a pro at being able to put the bumper to somebody and not wreck them. But I've learned that. I mean, I've struggled with that. I don't know if y'all pay attention to it much, but whenever I get near Ross, I run him clean. It's just because I tend to somehow wreck Ross. But I can go to anybody else in the field and move them up out of my way perfect. But I get to Ross, and he's flipping upside down. I'm like, how did you get there? And then it's a pissing match after that.
Yeah,
it's.
Man, all I gotta say is shots fired. Shots fired.
No shots fired. Shots fired towards me because shoot, I mean I do, and he can, if he has, I don't know if he has his mic on, but he can tell you if I'm behind him and I touch him, I wreck him.
Well, Aaron, I didn't want
to. They were banging fenders and rubbing and sideways and everything else. So yeah, I mean, you know. Go ahead, Tracy.
Yeah.
It's okay. I didn't mean to drag this into a 30-minute interview, Aaron. Appreciate you taking the time, man. I mean, it was just a total question that I just happened to think of. I didn't know. I watch every race you guys do, obviously, and I think some of our guys watch what you guys do as well. And I just didn't know if you guys watch what we do. And so it was just more of a curiosity thing. And you answered my question. I do appreciate it.
I try to browse at it a little bit. I do. Whenever I get time. Like I ain't been on this. I got off Sunday night and haven't been back on until the race started tonight. But I mean,
I got you. Yeah. I understand, man. I ain't trying to put you on the spot. Yeah, I ain't trying to put you on the spot. No, I was just truly curious about that. Because we will be competing come December the 14th. That'll be our first race, man. I mean, I'm impressed with the entire field here, guys. I'm not just blowing smoke either. But I didn't mean to take over the whole damn broadcast. Anyway, I'm gonna hand it back to Wesley and Ryan, man. So anyway, appreciate it, Aaron. You Boo Boo, the whole field put on a great show the whole daggone time that I've been producing. Anyway, thanks again. Turning it back over to Wesley. Take care, man.
It's all good. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much, Tracy. That's Aaron Stoltz, ladies and gentlemen. He'll finish second, and you'll be seeing again him in December. We got the champion around the corner, Aaron Ross Boo Dalton, to talk about the race, the championship run, and what's to come, obviously, for RDR. But now let's go to third place. And another man that had a shot at the championship and the race was Jordan Blair. Jordan, it was a crazy race. It was a wild race. You had moments of highs and lows, I think, here at Martinsville. Bumping, banging, holding people off, racing as hard as you could. Third place when it's all said and done. Your take of this race in the season, sir?
Definitely a long one tonight. Been a little under the weather for like the past couple days. Had a fever and really wasn't even sure I was going to race, and kind of finally broke that and today, and I was like, you know what, maybe I can go ahead and try to do it. So got in here and just not my best qualifying effort. Start the race and just kind of try to get some track position and maintain it, and just kind of see where we ended up there at the break. And we were leading, which was a surprise. But I have done that here before in some of these 200 lap deals with Ross, and I know how that goes. You don't necessarily always want to be leading at 100. You want to be leading at 200. So just kind of tried to get out there after the break and take care of my tires. And I knew Aaron was fast. Wasn't really trying to hold him up. I was just kind of like, I need to hold this track position because it's so hard to pass here. So hard to set up a pass and do it clean. And I had a little miscue there and had to go to the back and kind of work my way back forward. And then, wouldn't you know it, was back up to second and had a chance to race for the win. And I don't know if anybody can say they didn't like that last couple laps there on that restart. That was pretty good.
All right.
Jordan, I believe you got one win under your belt this season. You know, you were fighting all race. To, I believe, get your second win of the season. You know, what is this? You know, momentum that you had a little bit. You know, with this good finish. You know, what does this season mean to you? And you know, what are your mental preparations? You know, over the break before December.
Well, I mean, it was kind of a tough one. I knew that going into this deal, I was like, yeah, I really don't have a chance to win the championship. I mean, Ross was pretty far out, and I think I was third or fourth, maybe. Didn't really have a chance to win it. Missed a race or two, I think, during the 72 hours of Hickory. I was stuck up there for that, so on Cars weekend. So I don't know. I think it's good to have a good run like this. It's just, man, you really got to you need a little bit better. And I'm just working hard to try to get a little bit better. And it's tough. These guys are hard. They race hard, and they don't cut you no slack. I mean, everything you get in this, you got to earn it. So, all in all for us though, I mean, like I said, one win, that's pretty good. Didn't have the last couple of races like I really wanted to. I don't think it showed the speed we had. We ran up front. Just didn't get the finishes and the result we needed. So hopefully we can build off of this. So when we go into the off season and maybe into the 5 race challenge deal, that'll be cool. I think I might have made into that. I'm not sure. But I think I might be in Ross's group for that. So I think that'll be really fun.
Definitely are.
Yeah, and it sounds like you already are going to be locked in, Jordan Blair, as well. So, man, thank you for your time. Before we let you go, buddy, please thank your sponsors, sir.
One more thing. I think Ross was supposed to be tallying all this stuff up. We were actually running kind of independently between this. We started a Triple Crown deal, and I think I was running second behind Walters in point standings for that. I don't know if he's actually had time to figure that out, but I think I was only one point.
It's like a 3-race series, right? A 3-race series is going on, right, Ross?
Yeah, Speedy's working on doing the math on all that, so hopefully here in the next few minutes we'll know something.
So there's the championship for the RDR series tonight. There's the championship, the finale, obviously, for Martinsville. And there's also a final race in the Virginia Triple Crown. You guys had like a 3-race Virginia race series. So we'll tally all that up here. So before I let you go, though, Jordan, man, please thank your sponsors, and we'll see you in December.
Definitely got to thank. I've kind of missed him on a couple times I've been on here. Definitely got to thank Michael Steele, man. He does really make me some really nice looking hot rods. I think I was probably his first one of his first customers out of the group, and definitely is like his first house car that he had, in his words. So he does a great job, man. He's patient, and he really does a good job for me. He does anything I ask him to do. Got to thank Ross, all the guys that come race with us, all the broadcasters, you, Wesley, you, and Ryan and Tracy for everything they do for us. And other than that, man, just looking forward to the next little deal coming up here at the 5 race series, and we'll see you then.
All right, Tracy. Now you got some words of wisdom for our buddy Jordan Blair here. You done talk to everybody else. You got to talk to Jordan.
I guess so, man. Well, I think Jordan's already kind of answered my question, because that is a hell of a paint scheme you're riding too, man. There's something about that. I don't know what it is. Looks like one of those black snakes or something, man. That sucker looks sweet. It looks fast, you know. And I guess that's Michael Steele's work, apparently.
Streamlined butterfly, like the guy in the movie from, what did he say, from Gone in 60 Seconds.
Oh, yeah.
I'm thinking a little bit of Cobra Kai action myself.
Cobra Kai, okay.
Well, I tell you what, you almost look like a Chevrolet house car. You know, the way you got the bow tie on the hood and everything. I mean, looks like you might.
Car that McKee used to drive. It looks like.
Yeah.
Well, so in real life, I worked for Brandon and Dennis Setzer on their Pro Late model stuff on the Cars Tour side.
Okay.
I know who I'm talking about.
But Connor Zelich and William Sawalich drove those cars a time or two also. Yeah.
Oh yeah, very good racers come out of out of our group, man. We try to do a good job with all those guys. Actually, still leading the Car Tour points for this year, and working with Mason Walters too. He's up and coming driver for us, and give a shout out to those guys too, man, because they're kind of my real life deal that I go help all these guys. So it's
there you go.
It's kind of a Chevrolet.
What is there? What is there? There's Sobo. You already ran Sobo, so there's one race left at it's the race at North Wilkesboro, October 18th, right?
I think we got 2 left. We got Tri-County coming up in
2 weeks. All right.
2 weeks, and then we got Wilkesboro. Yeah.
So there's the Cars Tour, and then it will be at Tri-County, and then there's the race at Hickory, I think is what the schedule is. So Tri-County, October the 4th, I think it is, on October 4th on the Saturday night. So. And then the finale at North Wilkesboro. There you go. Can't believe how fast friggin' years gone by. No doubt about it.
Well, I know, man. We've raced, I think, 48 times this year. I think I looked at it the other day, and I'm like, man, it's gone by, but man, it's been a long one for us in real life. So,
you know, Wilkesboro's running for the Cars Tour, the late models and pro late models at North Wilkesboro, Caraway Speedway. I mean, I have to say this because I'm the play-by-play man of the race. The Caraway Crown is paying $10,000 to win for limited late models on October the 18th. I mean, I hope we have a limited late models from all over the country, the Southeast, come to that race. I mean, $10,000 to win is pretty damn impressive. So jump at it for sure.
I think that would be a really cool race for the limited guys. Caraway's my home track. I live probably 30 minutes from there, so I think that'll be good for those guys. I'm glad to see it. Glad to see all the work Darren's doing with that place, man. I hope it does some good for them.
The late model stock is completely different than a limited late model. So, guys, thank you very much. Let's go back now. That's Jordan Blair. Let's go back to the champion. It is the champion for the Ross Dalton Race Late Model Tour. We spoke to him on the winning side of things. Now he is the champion for the championship. Make some noise. Blow the horn. Congratulations, Ross. You are the Ross Dalton Racing Driver Development Late Model Champion. I mean, listen, but that is an honor, right? I mean, this wasn't easy. This was not easy.
No.
Your name might be on the title card, but it wasn't easy to win this thing.
No. You know, I've said it multiple times with my boys, you know, when we're racing other people and stuff like that. I'm so happy to have the group of guys that I race with on a regular basis. Just because of how consistent they are on speed and how hard it is to race with these guys. I mean, it's just you don't mess up and get away with it. you got to be just about perfect, and it's hard to do every single weekend. That's why we had so many different winners throughout the season, and that's what it's all about. And I knew that, if we could get past the drama and all the things that you normally run into with league racing and stuff like that, if you could get back past all that, that we could put on a really good season for fans to watch, for us to enjoy racing against each other and everything else. And I think that we really did achieve that, and I'm so grateful for it. I'm so grateful for the group of guys that I've got. I'm so supportive of them in real life and on iRacing. So it was really awesome. It was a solid year. It was hard. I don't think there was a single week that you know anybody walked in and said I've got this one in the bag. It was a dogfight every single race, and that's what we all signed up for at the beginning. So super tickled. Really proud of everybody. Glad it's over with. Get ready for some special events and some bigger races and stuff like that, and do some one-off stuff until our Pro 5 Challenge hits the ground. And really looking forward to that. I've got, like I said, my guys that we race every single weekend and everything like that in real life and on here and everything else. So we're going to put 10 of my best guys together, and we're going to go to battle and race as teammates until we're racing for a win, and then we'll race each other and see what we can do. Hopefully we're good enough to perform at a winning level with that deal as well.
And let's say this here, Ross and Tracy. This RDR LFRL Pro 5 Challenge Invitational, there's a lot of still work that's got to go on behind the scenes, right? We got a couple of months, but when this thing launches, we want it to be something that, holy cow, people are going to take a look at it. I think sometimes the word often imitated, never duplicated might come to play, because I want to see if somebody's going to be brave enough to try to mimic what we're doing, because I don't think it's ever been done before. I mean, as long as I've announced iRacing, as long as I have, I don't think I've ever seen somebody do something like this. And I think that's why the entrancement of the excitement of this thing being what it is building. But there's a lot of R&D, the cars, the designs, the colors. I guess you guys got to decide the colors, right, Boo? One wants blue, one wants red, one wants black, So it's like there's a lot of things that's going to be done before this thing launches. But when it does, it's going to look like a well-oiled machine. Whether it's the series, the rules, the sanctioning body, the production, the broadcast, everything is going to be ready to launch on December the 14th.
Absolutely. I mean, it's going to be something that nobody else has ever done. So that makes it cool in itself. And then, to have the group of guys that we're going to have behind the scenes here broadcasting it, the group of guys we're going to have on the racetrack racing, and the efforts that, everybody's going to be putting in to making everything happen is just going to be unreal. So really looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. And like I said, there's a few special events that we want to do between now and then. So, we'll keep our eyes peeled, and I'm sure that we'll put our heads together and put some stuff together there as well.
Tracy, what you got on that comment, buddy? I know you're ecstatic, man. He said, and I quote, Ross, this is like Christmas for me. It's my Christmas present. So,
well, right, look, Boo-Boo, I can't remember if I told you this earlier before or not, but I mean, this is like when we first started our league, this was like long-range dreams, years in the making, and it's been less than a year now since we've started. And I'm just absolutely floored, because I think you personally kind of feel the same nostalgia, I guess is the word, that I have for the Hooters Pro Cup, the 5-race championship, and how much I enjoyed it. And nobody else is doing this sort of thing, and so I just couldn't believe that. I really thought it was just me. It's one of those things, a quirk with me or whatever, that I guess I was wanting to kind of relive my past, if you will. But your excitement when we, were talking about this initially, man, it's got me really excited. And I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming it sounds like to me you feel the same way.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, growing up as a racer, I mean, I remember it being on national television to watch the Hooters Pro Cup, and that was the only kind of short track racing at the time that was televised and was a big deal.
Right.
And so
That's right.
to be able to go
Yeah.
to some of these racetracks and go watch the Hooters Pro Cup at Concord or wherever they might have went locally, well then whenever they wasn't local, me, mom, and dad could turn it on TV and watch it live at whatever facility they was at for the weekend that they wasn't local. So, Cars Tour and Flow and for iRacing now, I mean, just anything. You can get anything broadcasted now. Growing up, I mean, I'm only 30 years old. Don't get me wrong, I'm not old or nothing, but like when you grow up watching something like that, it kind of provides you something now. Is like it's so easy. It's at your fingertips to just turn on TV and watch some sort
Right.
of racing, which is so cool. But it adds some like history to like something that we're trying to do. You know what I mean? So for me, and Jordan's definitely an old soul too. Me and him's probably out of our group, we're definitely the old souls out of everything. He knows just about all the old racers, and I'm pretty good with all the current racers and stuff like that. So we kept up with stuff like that growing up, and that's what makes it so cool for us, and we're looking so forward to it, and it's going to be just that much more special that we're able to. I mean, it's not at a real life level, but I mean, it's on a sim, and you still got to put in the effort. Yes, it's easier and stuff like that, but at the same time, it still takes a lot of effort, and a good group of people to know the ins and outs of one, iRacing, two, broadcasting, and three, just general racing. So to pull all that together, it's going to be really cool, and we're looking really forward to it. I'm telling you, I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be something different, something that nobody's ever done outside of the Hooters
I
Pro
don't think
Cup.
no one's done it.
I mean,
don't think
nobody's
no one's
even done it outside of the Hooters Pro Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people don't realize that a lot of people that's Cars Tour fans now, at this level of racing that we go do every single weekend, whether it's Jordan with a pro late model or, my friends and people that I work with, in the late model side, they don't realize that the Cars Tour was basically built off of what the Hooters Pro Cup used to
You're
be.
exactly right.
Yeah.
I mean, the platform that they do, from the little pony show that they do at the beginning of the race with the smoke and the lights and all that stuff. I mean, that's what they did. I mean, it's just like what the Hooters Pro Cup did. So it's putting what we do now on a regular basis on an older style platform and colliding the two into one thing. And that's what's going to be so cool about it.
Jack McNally bought the Pro Cup Series when it was USAR. When it was USAR, United Speed Alliance Racing, then it became the Hooters Pro Cup, then Pro Cup stepped away, then it became USA Racing. Jack McNally, who tried to, because I will give USA Racing credit, they tried to keep it going, but when they lost the funding with Hooters and Naturally Fresh, Jackaroo sauces, all of the marketing that they had, they went belly up. They tried. We tried. But whenever it became USA Racing, Jack McNally bought that and turned it into the Cars Tour. The Cars Tour then became a super late model stock brand because the Hooters Pro Cup model wasn't working anymore. And that's whenever it used to be a super late model stock series. And then super late model racing died in the Southeast. And Ross, you and I both know he had a choice to make. So he said, I'm going to do late model stock cars, and then I'm going to do pro late models. That's where it came from.
Yep.
That's where it's at. So I know a lot of people give praise to Junior and Harvick and Burton and Marks, but know the story. Know the history.
Right. That's right.
It came from Jack McNally. Jack McNally,
man. And look, look, Wesley, I didn't mean to step on you, man. But I swear, the Jackaroo Naturally Fresh, Oh my God, man! It just brings back so many memories for me, man. I'm here to tell you,
Right.
those are just not names you hear every single day, and
I don't want to take away from the championship moment, obviously, but
yes,
there's definitely the
absolutely.
excitement building for this. But, Ross, back to the champions interview, and then Brian's going to ask a question. You winning the championship, what does it mean being the top dog, if you will, for RDR going into this Pro 5 Challenge in December? What does that
Oh,
mean to you?
it's everything. I mean, for one, it puts me at a position, where yes, I'm RDR, my group is RDR, the whole 9 yards, and that's my name and everything else. But it just basically I get to choose my 10 guys and get to choose them wisely and make sure that I've got a good group and carries momentum and a little confidence that I don't get to get on here and race as much as I used to ever since I started up
Right.
my business and so when we get on, like, we don't take it as serious as I once did, racing for teams and the whole 9 yards. So I used to do it so passionate that it was literally a second hobby for me, and now it's just to get on, hang out with my buddies and race hard with them. And so to be able to still do it and do it competitively against a good group of guys makes me feel good and have some confidence rolling over into something as big as that. Obviously we're going to go to work and do some testing, but at these tracks that we got to go to and work hard on making ourselves a little better at these places. But you know, it's definitely a big ball of momentum, and that's in racing. If you got momentum, you can move mountains. So
Yeah.
that's what it's all about.
What you got for the champion, buddy? I know you got to get ready to go to bed. You got school in the morning, my friend.
I mean, I think you answered all of my questions, but I just want to say congrats on winning the championship.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. Thank you for your hard work with Tracy and Wesley and making sure that everything goes smoothly and being here every Sunday. And look forward to doing some special events and getting ready for December.
Speaking of special events, can you kind of give us an idea of what? Because I know, like I was telling people on LFRL this afternoon, this was the last race for the championship for RDR. We've got to keep up with all the point standings. But what are some specials that you might plan to do before the thing in December? What are you wanting to do?
Well, we always try to hit all the big races. In real life, like, yes, we just ran this race, which
But you want to do like a Martinsville event?
that covered the Martinsville deal. So, the week after Martinsville, we normally do a Valley Star Credit Union 200, and we come back here and we mimic. We get to go to the racetrack, live it in real life time,
Yes.
and
Yes.
then we get to recreate it the weekend after and do a true, like, Valley Star Credit Union 300. We try to break it down, do the lap segments the same way. We do heat races, the whole 9 yards to
There you
set
go.
the field. So that's one that we're definitely going to hit and do here in the next 2 weeks. We'll have this weekend or next weekend off, and then we'll come back, obviously. So we'll do it, and then Thanksgiving Classic comes up November. We're definitely going to do a Thanksgiving Classic for some late models and some street stocks or something like that. Something we always mix it up. We don't ever run the same thing. We might do some mini stock racing, some late model racing, or whatever everybody decides on.
Hey, and
We're
Ross,
definitely going to
I
do
know
that.
we don't have Florence, but we do got Myrtle Beach. What if we had like
Yep.
a traditional Myrtle Beach 400 or something?
We normally do that as well. We try to hit a Florence on the weekend of the 400. We try to hit a Myrtle Beach 400 up. So
There you go.
we're always putting stuff together and making stuff happen. And we lost a really, 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 really close friend to each and every single person in the pits at Bowman Gray, and that's Robert Brewer. And
Yes.
when
Yes.
Zach
Yes.
Brewer passed away, me and Riley Neal, we put together a memorial race, a fundraiser type race to raise some money for their family and stuff. And with real life racing and Bowman Gray racing and everything else being so jam packed, whenever Robbie passed away, it was just unfortunate timing, for everybody.
I mean, it was the next to last race of the season. Like,
Yeah, it was
when
just
he passed away. Yeah.
unfortunate timing for every single person
Yeah,
that loves
yeah,
him and
yeah.
the racing community on top of that. So we wasn't able to do a a benefit race or at least a memorial race of some kind for him. So we're definitely going to head something up for that. He was a big modified guy. He ran some modified races. He just transferred back over to sportsman. So we don't know if we want to do
Now,
sportsman like
isn't
late
Bowman
model style
Gray?
cars
Is Bowman Gray on iRacing, Ross?
No, it's not, but we've got the LA Coliseum,
Okay.
which is a pretty awesome venue as well. So we can find something to kind of mimic it. We also can use the Legend Charlotte Oval. It works really good to kind of mimic
Yes.
Bowman Gray.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anytime we try to mimic Bowman Gray, we either do Nashville Mini or Charlotte Legends Oval or LA Coliseum. So we'll kind of come up to a conclusion whether we're going to do late model style cars or if we're going to do modifieds for the Robbie Brewer race, and then choose a track to kind of do it at, and then everybody will pay an entry fee and be a pretty special race, and we'll raise some money for his family. And I mean, it's late, but it's all about the effort and the racing community to come together and still help try to do something for him. So show our dividends to his loss and appreciate him for what he did and made our sport. So we're definitely going to do one for him. And like I said, the 400 Thanksgiving Classic, Martinsville race, any big race that we normally would hit up, we're going to try to do some special events leading up to December until we get
just
ready
to
for
be
our...
safe. So just to be safe for our audience listening or watching. So basically the Ross Dalton Racing Valley Star 300 will be on Sunday night, October the 5th. Just to have the dates correct. So put that in your calendar, October the 5th, and I would say probably about the same time, 10 p.m. Eastern, because we have LFRL as well. So, Ross, thank your sponsors. Thank Logan. Thank the family. I know they're all watching, and, man, good luck at Martinsville. Congrats on this one, the championship, and look forward to seeing what goes down in December. I'm looking forward to the specials, but I can't wait to see what Team RDR does in December.
Thank you so much. Thank you guys. Like I said, all of you guys for what y'all do. This group of guys that we've got that races for us and put on a great show each week. And all my sponsors, Michael Still, like y'all touched on, he does such a phenomenal job making these race cars look good. He did literally, like Aaron said, I think he did everybody in the field. So big thank you to him.
Can't wait to see what his all-star car will look like for everybody's cars in December.
Oh, it's gonna be sweet. We've kind of debated on whether we want to, stay traditional black and yellow, or if we wanted to venture away and do something different. So we've kind of talked about it. We've kicked it around, and we're gonna work on something. But got to thank all my RDR guys, each and every one of them that showed up each week and made this thing worth coming to. And Clark's Automotive for horsepower. J-Dot Mototech, Roost Signs, Michael Still. I get on here with Michael and he designs everything. And when he designs it, he literally emails it straight to Roost Signs. And they're out of Greensboro, and it's a big sign shop there in Greensboro. They do a lot of work for Volvo and stuff like that. And they print my decals for me. And since the time I was 3 years old and the first kid kart that I ever drove on dirt, I've never paid one cent for a graphic. So I'm so thankful for the two people that I have, Michael doing my artwork and Ruth Signs doing the graphics for me and in real life. So super thankful for them. Everybody that's got a hand in everything, I'm looking forward to Martinsville. Got 2 cars going, got Chuckwall in one, and the other one, not allowed to say who's driving. It's kind of a surprise. So really looking forward to it. And can't wait. I'm really excited.
Martinsville.
Think it's gonna be a really good year. Martinsville is our Daytona 500 of late model racing.
Right.
So it's Martinsville week. You race all year and you focus on running good and building your program better and better and better. And each time you find something, you're like, does that work at Martinsville? We need to write that down so when we go to Martinsville, we can try that. It might work. So it's our holy grail of racing. So we're really pumped up. We're really looking forward to it. We've got our camp spots booked, and we're going Thursday morning, and we won't leave till Sunday until they kick us out. So I'm
That's
really
right.
looking forward to it.
Sometimes they stay till Monday, sometimes for sure. So, hey, by the way, don't forget Flow Racing will have coverage of the practice qualifying on the 26th, I believe is what I was told, talking to somebody the other day about it. And then the race will be on Saturday. There will be an early afternoon, about 4 o'clock, the 25 lap qualifier races. I love this idea, by the way, now that they're doing it. They run 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon for the qualifying races. And then you come back and you run the 200 lapper at like 8 o'clock at night, 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. So that's the plan. And, of course, on Flow Racing and the voice of NASCAR, the Motor Racing Network. Steve Post was telling me that last Friday at Wake County as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, driver of the car, number 50 star from Liberty, North Carolina, Ross Boo Dalton. He is the LFRL RDR Pro 5 Challenge Cup Invitational P1 man, no doubt, because obviously they will be the drivers to watch as being the champion for LFRL and RDR. RDR is already set. I know it is in mid-September. We will need to have a copy of the top 10 of the points. You heard Ross say the top 10 or who is committed, because, listen, we want 10 committed drivers that say, I can do all these 5 races, because here's the guarantee, Ryan, in closing. You're in all 5 of those races. You're qualifying. The way you make it in is based on what you do by performance. But you automatically know you have an invitational to be in all 5 of these races. So we need 10 committed for RDR, 10 committed for LFRL. Let's get to December. Let's open up Tracy Brown's big virtual Christmas present, and let's make it happen. Your final take tonight here at Martinsville, Ryan. Thanks, buddy.
I mean, great racing tonight. Very deserving winner in Ross Dalton. And we had a 4-way battle all the way up to the flag to crown a champion. So it got close and tight to the end, and it was a great season. A lot of different winners, and I'm excited to call my first full season of Ross Dalton racing.
It was a fun one indeed. Remember, looks like right now, the virtual Raw RDR Valley Star 300 will be here October the 5th. Well, that will be pretty much what we got planned, and we'll work on the other dates with Ross and Tracy. Tracy, man, all right, first off, I got to go to the bathroom. Secondly, your final take of the RDR late model tour.
Oh, you're funny. You're funny, Wesley. You're funny.
Ross, we jokingly said that halfway was the Tracy Brown P break.
And it was too, by the way.
Hey, it was mine too.
I told Wesley that's why they were taking a break. I knew it.
That's right.
Because I mean,
I looked over at my phone. I told him, I said, "Look, we're going to take a break. We'll come back at 11, whatever time it was." And I said, "We're going to go pee, do whatever you need to do,
whatever.
Get you a snack, get you a drink, whatever, and we'll be back here. We'll start rolling at this time." So it worked out good. It's pretty cool to do that every once in a while. But also, I do have Speedy Bird keeps up with our points and stuff like that. So Speedy just texted me the finishing results for the Virginia Triple Crown, which was South Boston, Langley, and now here.
Yes.
Jordan's not going to like to hear this, but
you won the championship.
I won the championship in the Virginia Triple Crown with a total of 2.7. Jordan was second with a 3, and Mason Walters finished third with a 5.7. So that's it was me, Jordan, and Mason was the finishing order.
You were the Martinsville winner, the Triple Crown winner, and the damn RDR late model champion. He goes 3 for 3. There you go.
Anyways, well, thank you, boys. Appreciate it. And I'll let you guys close out, and I'll leave on a mic drop.
There you go. Mic drop. That's it. Bam. Tracy, man, your final take, brother. I was going to say you got to go to the bathroom, but no, listen, nothing but
no. Oh, no.
We have fun. We enjoy it.
That's right, man. Yeah, this time of night, my bladder's done shut down for the night, man. So we're good. Yes, sir, man. I tell you, I just, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a very excitable person, but I don't know if what little bit I've expressed is kind of expressed the excitement that I've got for this Super 5 race. And, I'm going to be honest with you, man. Wesley, it probably wouldn't be as exciting, but, man, these guys here are good in Ross Dalton's league, man. I mean, they're very good. They're real racers in this group, and you can tell it.
I just want to say this to our LFRL people, and I'm in no way taking sides here, but you better pack yourself a big lunch.
Yes.
When you go up against RDR. I'm not trying to let anybody be intimidated here, but I'm just saying I think these guys, and we're not trying to make it a versus battle. We never wanted to do that. That's not our intention. But I think when you saddle up against these RDR guys, they're experienced. They drive race cars in real life. And I don't want to say it's an advantage or under advantage, because I've seen some guys with no talent in a race car do well on iRacing. And what I mean by that is I think everybody's going to be on the same playing field here, Tracy. But with that being said, these guys are talented.
They are.
They are going to put on some really good racing. And if you ain't in their same level, they might move you out of the way.
Well, the thing is that doesn't normally translate is real world racing into iRacing, but these guys are doing the same thing in iRacing that you see every weekend throughout the short tracks around the southeast here. And it's like I told you several times already, man. I'm impressed. I mean, these guys are good.
It'll be a good one.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I've done enough. What would you call it? I ain't gonna call it scouting, but I've seen enough of these races and know, man, we're gonna have our hands full here with the guys that we've got. I mean, we got some good guys, man, but these guys are good, And anyway, I just hope, being that a lot of these guys here are, real racers, maybe they'll show up to the Thanksgiving Classic. We go down there every year, and I'd love to meet them as many as possible in person.
That's
Absolutely.
Right. Yeah. I know the Daltons will be there. I know the Daltons bring their cars, already are. So, Ryan, buddy, we got to let Tracy go to the bathroom. We got to get off the air, man. But
yeah,
Ryan's
your
final
asleep.
take of tonight. And, young man, it's been great not only working with you when you're on production at Wake County Speedway, what you've done with the community radio network, as well as my radio network with football and soccer and volleyball, but growing in announcing yourself, coming out of your shell, if you will. And thank you for being a part of this, and your final take of this league and what we got coming up, and where we go from here in December.
Yeah, I mean, I think when I first was broadcasting, you brought me on one of these Ross Dalton Racing League broadcasts, and I was so nervous to just even say a single word on live television, but you really got me out of my shell, and just calling all these races, the level of competition every week is incredible, and I just enjoy broadcasting and all of you at home listening to my craziness and all the craziness that happens every week.
We certainly love it. We certainly love it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, a big congratulations to Ross Boo Boo Dalton, the Virginia Triple Crown iRacing RDR winner, the RDR Late Model E-Tour champion, and the winner of the Commonwealth Championship here at Martinsville. We'll be back at Martinsville. You heard it, Tracy. You heard it here, everybody. Coming up in 2 weeks. That will be on Sunday night, October the 5th. Sunday night, October the 5th, we will be back here with coverage of their big race for Martinsville. We might even see some new names for that big money race at Martinsville. He's done it every year for a while, and we look forward to bringing it to you. And, of course, as always, don't forget Leadfoot Racing League iRacing Late Model Tour before that race. That will be at 8 p.m. Eastern. Next week we are going to, I believe, North Wilkesboro Speedway is the finale. So, with that being said, congratulations, Ross Boo Boo Dalton, everybody, with the Ross Dalton Racing Driver Development Late Model Tour. Follow Leadfoot TV, LSR TV, and CRN on the world of social media, and get signed up soon for one of their big money races that they're going to be doing. Their special races, the Robbie Brewer Memorial, Martinsville, maybe the virtual Sobo race or the virtual, Myrtle Beach 400, back at traditional Myrtle Beach Speedway's on iRace, and then, of course, the Thanksgiving Classic. We look forward to bringing all of them. As always, for thanks everybody at LSR TV, Charles Wooten, Jeff Stabnow, the man behind, of course, Leadfoot TV, Mr. Tracy Brown, the Browns. Thank you to Landon Brown for joining us as driver analyst until he ran away. I don't know what happened. For the producer Tracy Brown. For Ryan Tomford, this is Wesley Outlet. Thanking you and yours for joining us. Congratulations, Ross. Hey, boo-boo, boo-boo. Ross Boo-Boo Dalton, champion of RDR. We'll see you in a few weeks at Martinsville here again for their big 300 lapper. Take care.